Yo, I tweet, bro. I'm thinking I'm supposed to go live at 4. I'm sitting here chilling. I'm trying to make a sport bet lick, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna get some food. I should have just pushed it back, but whatever, it's cool. What up, man? Salute, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. April Fool's Day. Oh yeah, man. I should have April Fool's Day and just said forget it. Joe, I literally thought I was supposed to go live at 4. I ain't shared it out or nothing. So if y'all watching, like, share, subscribe, please share it out. I didn't even get a chance to share it. I thought I had like another hour. So to go give me some Chipotle or, since True in here, go get some mild sauce or something, But pretty much, man, I don't like how all of these old heads or people who don't really know something like Nobel using a super team narrative to like destroy players that we have in the league today, like a LeBron James or Kevin Durant, or try to make excuses of that, like they don't want to compete, they not competitive. Like I don't like that, man. Like y'all are forgetting a lot as that's going on, or what happened in the history of the NBA. I dropped the link in the chat so y'all can just start coming in if y'all want to. Make sure y'all share it out because I ain't share nothing. I didn't share nothing, but I don't get it, bro. Like y'all act like super teams ain't been around in the league for the longest of time. Like super teams been around. Happy birthday too, Go Mike. Watching these Yankees. As they winning, last time I checked, the game was close. So I don't know. Last time I checked, the game was close. But yeah, man, I'm like Renegade in the chat. What up, Renegade? But yeah, I just don't like this. Like, bro, y'all saying, oh, y'all trying to destroy LeBron legacy. Oh, KD don't want to compete. Like Magic didn't have a super team. Bill Russell was built off of a super team. They was dominating the 60s. Like I don't understand this, man. Like everybody been doing this, talking about this for the longest, man. Y'all got to cut it out, man. Y'all got to cut it out. We're in the game. What's up, man?
I don't know. I ain't mad at the boy. You feel me? It ain't no. Look, just some. I think he need as much help as he get. His nigga on one leg. You feel me? And the shit and the injuries might be worse than what they capping about. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it might be.
I don't give a fuck.
I just don't like that though. Oh, they don't want to compete. LeBron and KD don't want to compete. They just want all the help. I'm like, bro, they not no GM or no manager, bro. They a player. The GM supposed to get the best players they can on the team. You should want to play with the best players. Who want to play with scrubs? I'm trying to win.
You niggas think he? I mean, it's hard to stop the train, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. You feel? You know what I'm saying? I ain't feel. It's not. I mean, them like. It's not even. I don't think it's that big. Them boys don't scare me. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And they got names, but they ain't had a. That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much big of a deal too. LeBron can't do anything. He can't even communicate with the other players. It's sad. What you mean? I'm confused on that, Octavius. You gotta explain that because they said like the players they come to respect like AI more and Steph and Westbrook than KD, LeBron, and 7. They are role players. But then it's another thing I don't understand though. LaMarcus Aldridge, they were just calling this man washed. He was just coming on the bench. Right. Like Griffin was just washed a second ago. Y'all do the same thing every time, bro. Everybody was calling. Y'all was calling D-Wade a bum when he was with the Bulls. He goes to the Cavs, he a super team. It didn't work out. Like that's nothing y'all understand. Just because you sign all these people, just because you sign all these people don't mean it's gonna work. Like y'all gotta stop the cap, man. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't respect it because he went to a team he lost to. Man, get out of here with that shit, man. Get out of here with that, man. That's clearly out of Stephen A. Smith's mouth. I mean, nobody said it after he said it. Stop copying what y'all seeing on them TVs. They say all these things to get y'all to react and think like that.
I was pissed when he joined the most winningest squad ever. I ain't gonna cap on that. You feel me? Because if you join the most winningest, if the most potent offensive force join the most winningest squad ever, you know, you got problems or whatever. But
Yeah.
making your own squad over here with them, yeah, I mean, I'm not tripping over it. It ain't like, they got a defensive player of the year over there or something like. Then they beat, cop. They beat them cop. You feel me? I'm not. Oh, he
Yeah,
got no
man.
defense. They got
They don't,
zero
man.
defense over there,
But
man.
it's just like my whole point though. Is just like this been going on for years. Now all of a sudden it's a problem when the players want to take initiative on their own. And then it's crazy that like people like Kendrick Perkins complaining, and he was on a technical super team who wasn't like on the super team. Like I don't understand them. You can't have your cake and eat it too, man. People be capping, bro. They starting to become like that grumpy old man.
Niggas be having
Hey,
money
yo,
on the
y'all gotta
line,
stop
man.
capping, man. Y'all gotta stop capping. You gotta get out the mud. I don't care what none of you talking about. Shout out to Chris Webber. Shout out to real ones, man. But like they ain't following. You know what I mean? Listen, man, you get out the mud out here, man. You cheating the
Bet you,
game.
hey, Chris Webber
Like,
regret
nah.
all of them 9 champion ass losing ass
Right, but
niggas.
here's
All
the
of
thing
them
though,
boys
right?
regret everything, everything they did.
Right, but not even necessarily that though, right? It's just some people win, some people lose at the end of the day, right? You
Cause
win
nigga don't
is
give you
just
no pass on losing. Niggas going
Nope.
at your hat if you ain't never win.
right, but I mean, listen, we talk about that, but at the same time, it's not that end all be all, right? But this
Tell
is the
that to
problem,
Charles
right?
Barkley.
Right, Charles Barkley a clown though, because in the day,
Okay, but look, he'd be less
a
of a
clown.
clown if he had a chip on his shoulder.
But the reason why he's a clown is the fact that he tried to stack the deck and try to like say, well, I was out not in my prime. But dude, you was an all-star in '97.
Yep.
And you was competing to win a championship, so it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, they
Like,
kept. I'm saying
so
they all do the same
like, come
shit.
on,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Like,
That's why I ain't mad at
you need great
at
teams. You need
niggas
great
for
teams to win. You
busting
need
their
great
own
teams to
niggas.
win championships. Now, what KD is doing, I understand why people don't like what KD is doing. I don't understand why people because you left the whole dynasty just to go. I understand that you do. KD do weird shit. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. Like, I'm a fan of KD, but like that is some weird shit you did. Like you left a whole good situation. You left a better situation. Go to team up in Brooklyn. Let's just be honest.
He tried to get it out the mud like they said to do. And then
But how does you not? But here's the thing: you're not getting out the mud when you're trying to like. It just don't make
He
any
know how
sense.
cold Brian is, man. This what niggas don't get. Like he know, nigga, it's really hard to stop the train, nigga. You need some
But it's not
real
even that.
shit on your squad.
But it's not
Man.
even
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
But it's not even that. The main reason why he left because he felt he wants validation. But it's like, dog, like at the end of the day, like, like you worry about the wrong shit at the end of the day. So it's like I don't understand.
He not get that recognition because he's doing what he did in Golden State. That was the problem. And
He
that's
did
why he
not
left.
do no, he didn't
Yes,
do. But here's the thing:
you didn't even let me
how
finish,
okay,
man.
but how? But my whole thing is this: you can't say that though. How he did the same thing in Golden State? That was one of the weirdest shit in NBA history. You left a dynasty for no fucking reason, just because you felt some type of way because you didn't get enough quote unquote enough credit, even though you contributed. If people know you contributed, so you left all the way to go to Brooklyn that has no culture, that has no
I'm gonna
real
say that.
leadership.
I'm gonna say that. KD out his
That's
own
weird
mouth.
as shit.
KD out his own mouth said that once he went to Golden State, won those championships, that he thought he was better than LeBron, and he said that the fans did again. Exactly. That's what
End of the day, but here's the thing. Like the goal is to help your team win a champ. Yeah, you're right. He did say that, but at the end of the day, the goal is to help your team win a championship. So those shit don't even matter. Like that shit doesn't matter.
He worried about be considering the best player in today's game to the king. That's what this is about.
Cap. Well,
that's not cap.
And it's cap.
He
can think how he want to think. He can think he want to think.
Say it again, right here, y'all. KD is not the GM. He did not build the team. He didn't go nowhere knowing Blake.
Nobody said he was the GM.
Exactly.
But he's part. But hey, guess what? But he is part of the conversations though. When they do bring it to him.
I mean, what superstar player not though? It's Kevin
Okay,
Durant.
I'm just saying that we also got to put that in consideration. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man.
And then technically, LaMarcus Aldridge going to the Heat, but he couldn't take that physical, so that's on him.
I mean, and the thing is, KD,
Brooklyn.
No.
And KD told Kyrie to go to Brooklyn. So KD told Kyrie to go to Brooklyn.
No, he told him to go to New York, and Kyrie wanted to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, they were supposed to go to the Knicks. But Kyrie
either way, KD would have. Either way, it was all Kyrie followed what KD is doing. Either way, so it don't even really matter.
Think so? I thought it was the other way around.
No, Kyrie didn't want to go to the New York Knicks. He wanted to go to Brooklyn Nets. KD wanted to go to the New York Knicks. Kyrie told him.
But that don't even sound right though.
Bro,
I heard that.
KD, Kyrie from New Jersey, huh?
Yeah.
He did it. What do you mean? It don't sound right.
It don't sound right because
why? Because KD better than the boy. He a follower.
I mean, but KD, he talked with Kyrie. But what's Kyrie? Kyrie's a leader now. Like we doing that.
He think he tried to lead the Celtics, but they ain't want to listen to it. Crazy that.
I mean, like you know what I mean. They both not leaders. That's what I'm saying. Like what make? I mean,
but at least Kyrie think he a leader. KD coming out talking about he not a leader.
But thing about KD, is I think KD's a better leader than Kyrie. At least KD has a plan. But I don't think they're great leaders anyway. But at least KD has a plan of how he want to do shit though. I can say that. I don't agree with the
Kyrie got a more dominant. He got like a more dominating personality. He ain't gonna let him. You know, he ain't gonna. He ain't let Brian tell him what to do.
All right, man, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. All I know is, I mean, you need great talent to win championships. I mean, you need talent to win championships. No matter how you do it.
Right.
You just said that they both not leaders, so you trying to say why would KD follow Kyrie? Well, if he not leader, he don't care where he gonna go. I don't
know, but I could be wrong though. I don't really know what really went. I forgot who. I mean, I don't. I'm just telling you. Like, I mean, what? Like, at the end of the day, like, if KD say Kyrie ain't gonna work, they gonna choose Kyrie. They gonna end of the day, she ain't gonna choose KD over Kyrie. That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
but he ain't gonna do that. He ain't got the nuts to do that. He couldn't even do that against Hustle Westbrook. He ain't got it in him.
I mean, he's not gonna do. He didn't do that with Westbrook because Westbrook didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, that too.
We don't know. We don't know how it was going down behind the scenes. So,
man, Westbrook is. You don't hear players say anything bad about Westbrook. Only Westbrook does have his flaws. You don't hear people call anything about Westbrook, man. That's just facts. Like,
what do you mean?
I mean, what player say anything bad about Westbrook?
I'm talking about KD. I'm talking about KD in relationship with Russell Westbrook.
He has a great relationship with him. He's cool with him.
Y'all was just the same people saying the other night that he wasn't gonna win a championship because of the play style in OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not necessarily true. KD just didn't want to finish the race. I mean, we don't know what he could have done. You was up 3-1 against the Warriors, and you didn't want to run it back. And it is what it is. So,
the boy thought just because the Cavs came back 3-1 that he thought it was over. Like he thought, he thought it was over. Like you feel he thought he had to go nuclear to beat the boys. So.
But that's my problem, Renegade. People like to say that I'm a hater of KD. I always said KD was number 2. I had picked that man as my first pick when I was doing fantasy back in that time when he was on OKC. I respect that man for what he said about his mama during that real MVP. So I got real love for that man. I thought that KD
was overrated speech, by the way.
No. Real niggas know what's up with that. But look, I respected KD. But I always thought that he was too good to join Curry and stuff. I felt that made Curry look like he was a better man because he knocked you out and then you join his team and stuff. If KD went to the Clippers or joined James Harden and Houston Rockets or went to the Boston Celtics and he won a championship, I would probably said, man, this dude gonna come after LeBron and be the best player and stuff. But he didn't do that.
He didn't want that responsibility. He don't fit the Celtics mold. See, here's the thing. He said He said this. The funny thing is though, the second team
better than Kyrie.
would have been the Celtics. And the thing is, KD could fit that mold. So KD ain't that guy to be like. So KD wouldn't fit right in the Celtics. Yeah, he's a great talent, but you need like
y'all trade the house for him though.
He was a free agent. He almost signed. It was the Warriors. If he was signed with the Warriors, it would have been the Celtics. But he was like, hey, this already got chip to culture here. Yada yada yada. We going, you know what I mean? It was easier.
Yeah, but not my point. Just my point is just like this though. Like, why? Like, okay, so if this the case, how the narrative that they pushing with this situation with the super team this and you lead this, that, or okay, if it's such a bad thing, why don't they push the losers like the Allen Iversons, the Carmelo?
They do push Allen Iverson and Melo.
I mean, in the GOAT debate, no, they don't.
They do that when they shitting on somebody from this era.
Yeah, that's the only time they do that.
SB. The real thing is that it's not about super teams. If you actually think about it, it's like I just told you. For me, I know how good KD is. I think KD needed Harden to win a championship. I think that team with Caris LeVert and Jerry Allen kind of got it done. Like SB was saying, though, he overstacked the deck and he was overdoing it when he went to go get Harden.
So the thing is stacking the deck, man.
That's what I'm talking about. We was like,
there's no stacking the deck. Everything's not guaranteed. Everything's not guaranteed, so all that stacking the deck shit don't mean shit.
No, that's what we're talking about. We're saying that KD is that good that he should get you a championship and stuff. And when he keeps getting these players, it makes it look like he don't think to himself that he's that good.
But so LeBron, how can you say that? LeBron didn't win by himself. Jordan didn't win by himself.
Nobody didn't win by himself.
Nobody.
You can't get mad if somebody won talent on their team. You can't get mad if someone won talent on their team.
Look, bro. The main person talking was Perk. Okay, look, perfect example. The main person was talking to KD was Perk. Perk was on his team. He said, "That's crazy, bro. You talking crazy, man? But you only averaged 2 points in a series. You're supposed to be the starting center. You get tired of that, bro. You sitting here scoring 30 a game, but guess what? Who gonna take all the lion's share of the blame? KD, LeBron." Ain't nobody gonna talk about no Perkins. Ain't nobody gonna talk about no Tristan Thompson.
No. Patrick Perkins was talking about
niggas got too high expectations of KD though. Like
I told you,
he know what he's capable of, and he know what Latrine capable of, and he just can't take another.
No, but he positive in the finals though.
Patrick Perkins got on KD.
He probably retire if he take another L from the board.
He left Westbrook. He left Westbrook and did the man a phone call. Kendrick Perkins played with him. He said, "You disrespecting your brothers, you banning your brothers." Kendrick Perkins, the same dude who said that about Ray Allen when he joined Miami. He kept the same energy. Don't try to act like the man switched up.
But he was on the Celtics with Ray Allen.
He had a day. He had the right to do the fuck he want to do. I don't like Ray Allen that situation, but he had the right to do what he want to do. Right. Like who gives a day? In a day. You stacking the deck shit is dumb as shit ever. So like worry about your GM doing a better job. How a GM do a better job, dude? How your GM do a better job then? Because at the end of the day, like I don't care if it's my team. I'm gonna be real with you though. If the Celtics were doing the same thing what Brooklyn were doing, I don't give a damn. I was because of everybody out right now. So I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
I
don't care.
Y'all looking out for yourselves. Y'all not thinking about everybody else. Yes, free agents.
What do you mean by you talking to a Celtics
Let me talk, man. Let me talk.
You talking to a Celtics fan.
Bro, let me talk. First off, it's not just about yourself. It's about your teammates too. Kendrick Perkins saying, okay, we respect you still gonna leave at the end of the day, right? But you can't give this man a phone call saying that it's been good. Yo, you think you could do? You got to go somewhere else to get it done and stuff. You can't give that man a simple phone call. He got to find out through the media that you going to sign another team and leave him after y'all.
I feel like this. Why do y'all try to find any little thing to nitpick at KD though? Like what type? I don't have to tell you nothing, bro.
I agree with that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it really doesn't.
It's not just about basketball, but these people actually have family bonds. That's why he was mad at Ray Allen when he went to Boston, because they said even though we was like there's a lot of stuff going on in Boston, like they trying to make Avery Bradley the starter, and they was trying to lowball Ray Allen with the money stuff. They was like, "This is our brother." At the end of the day,
they wasn't honest. No, they wasn't honest with Ray Allen.
It wasn't honest with Ray Allen. Ray Allen said it wasn't
honest with Ray Allen. It wasn't honest with Ray. The situation was him and Rondo. It wasn't honest with Ray Allen. That was the problem. That was the problem. They wasn't honest. He knew that Avery Bradley. First of all, he wasn't mad that Avery Bradley was going to be the starter over him. That was cap. He would have stayed.
I heard reports
Avery
that
Bradley was coming
they
up.
were going to demote him to a lower position. I heard reports.
That's cap. He didn't. That's cap. He
that's
was
cap
upset because he wasn't he was upset because they wasn't honest with him, and then they were trying to lowball him with money,
and they lied to him about his money. I would say, and they lied to him about his money.
It wasn't because he would have came because he came on the bench in Miami. So why he would have came on the bench on the Celtics?
Yep.
So that's cap. Avery Bradley was better. Was more. He at that time he was showing out, and he deserved to start over Ray Allen.
Yep.
So it is what it is. He didn't mind that. It was the fact that it was a lot of things was going on, and that's why he left.
And then another reason why too, though, you ain't none of this. And True can say this, and he know I'm telling the truth. Did they not say we didn't get mad that Ray Allen left? We was only mad because he went to the Heat. They said they ain't care about nothing else. They didn't care about it.
He went to Miami.
They ain't say, bro, why you ain't call me? Why you ain't call me? Say you was leaving nothing. They ain't say nothing. They just said, bro.
Paul Pierce, I think Paul Pierce said he gave him a call, didn't he?
No, they didn't talk for years after that. It took them a minute to talk to each other.
Well, anyways, but look, they said
Paul. You know Paul Pierce ain't won't talk, nigga. He joined. He joined Bron.
SB, but that was the same situation because KD went to Warriors after they beat OKC. So that's a most
my fault. I was looking.
Hey, you seen what KD? You heard what KD did to Wiz Khalifa?
What?
Nah.
He called Wiz Khalifa to go to the club with him or whatever, and walk, and he walked around the back.
Okay. I was trying to see who this was. This that.
The boy cold blooded. That's all I'm saying. You feel me?
Okay, I was trying to see who this was. This that center shorty who played in the league. What's her name? Like
who?
The center. Salute, Sean. What's the center in the WNBA? That one girl who was shooting the jumpers in the post. I can't think of her name, bro.
Come on.
I got the picture because
Come on, man.
I don't want to show the picture, but I was saying she was in I'm in this other group. I'm sharing the post out. It was got a picture of them. So she always be wilding on Instagram. I think it's like Liz. Is it like her name? Like Liz or something?
Liz
yeah. Her, yeah.
Liz,
you are a pocket.
No. I mean, I'm sharing the video and I seen it. That's what stopped me. And I was like, yo. I'm like, wait, did they post this in the group? But this is a WNBA player. And I'm like, oh, that's Shorty. What up, Sean? What up, Sean? Salute. But no, but that's the only thing I'm saying though. Like, why do we got to nitpick when it comes to LeBron and KD? Because y'all not going, yeah. Her. Y'all not going to appreciate them until they gone though.
So he gonna get it.
But I don't think it's the same thing, SB. LeBron didn't start with help. KD was good enough to that franchise was good enough drafting to build a team around KD. That's why they went to the finals like their fourth year. You had Harden and you had Westbrook. And all of them in their prime, if all of them kept together, it would have been a dynasty. LeBron was too damn good to be in the lottery and stuff. So that's why it was a one-man show. He was not,
go.
But you can't compare.
That's why I don't compare it. That's why I don't compare.
KD
LeBron wasn't playing with another
Bron.
top 15, top 20 player in the league, not even his prime yet. He didn't have nobody. And when he tried to get Mari Stoudemire, the team said no. So LeBron was a one-man show out here going against the big three Celtics, pushing them to Eastern Conference Finals, 7 games, 6 games, or 5 games. He needed help. KD didn't need the help. He had the help. He ran away from his team.
No, now, okay. When KD had the burner account situation, it came out on Twitter.
It don't matter, man.
It do matter.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Come on, man. We're not doing that. But my whole point is because why he leave Miami?
Didn't have help on the Cavs. Boo Boo Gibson, Mo Williams. That's help.
Okay, but same time you can't say he wasn't good enough to win when there was no one seed.
Not on the Cavs.
They was getting beat
not against the big four.
You can say I'm not comparing saying that the Cavs was better than such team, but you was number one seed 2 years in a row.
Man, so what? Look at Kupo duck ass over there, number one seed, number one seed.
They were favored to beat the Celtics. They were favored to beat the Celtics last year.
So what a favorite? The Clippers favored to win the chip last year, man.
Okay, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes, it do. You used it as an excuse for like you're right or something. So it mattered. It mattered to you.
It's not excuse.
The record
was always
True to King.
Because I'm gonna tell you what it is.
What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
Every team that gets the number one seed in the overall league doesn't win the championship.
Okay, but if they okay, so
What you
so
said? What you talking about number one seed for then?
He said,
okay, it was
this
still
man's supposed to win a
because
championship because he was the best
no,
player
because
in
you
the
get
East.
because in that day it's still they still left for a better opportunity. That's all I'm saying. They both left for a better opportunity. That's all I'm
But I
saying.
just
So
told you
Okay,
that
but which
LeBron didn't have the
opportunity?
that's
same type
all.
of
That's
luck
what it
KD
is.
had. He
Was it
didn't
a
have a
73
Westbrook or
win
I know
opportunity?
I
Serge
didn't say
Ibaka.
I didn't say that. I didn't say. Did I
KD
say
left
that?
a good
Did I
team.
say it don't matter? It didn't.
It
I
do
didn't say
matter.
that.
It's a
I
difference,
didn't
man.
say
What are you
that.
talking
It
about?
Why
don't
it don't
matter
matter?
Why it don't
because
matter,
KD.
Drew?
It don't matter. KD had more talent. In the day, LeBron James was a number one seed.
It don't
We're
why?
And
not
2
talking
years in a
about
Why it
number
don't
row.
one
matter?
seed.
Yep.
Oh,
That don't mean
so hold on. So
a
LeBron was
number
so that
one
Cleveland.
seed.
So
Why it
Cleveland
don't
wasn't
matter?
favored. Okay, so
Because
Cleveland
super
wasn't
teams
favored.
don't. That's the point we're trying to tell you. None of it matters what you do. You
It
have to
don't
do
win
matter.
matter,
I
dude.
just
situations.
It
told you
don't
this
matter.
year.
That
But
shit
He
does
if it
not
had a
don't
matter.
great
matter, why
team.
is y'all talking this super team shit then?
No, the
You're
point
listening.
is we trying to end it. That's what we saying. Why is these old heads are saying super teams ruining the
This shit
NBA?
don't matter. I don't care less.
Because of how everybody because of the knowing that it's over when KD joined the
But it's
Warriors.
not though. It's not
It's
over.
not over.
It's not. It's
fucking
not.
over.
But
It
the
was not over.
connotation, not to me, not to some.
Right.
It's not as over like when LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin joined the Nets. It's not as over as niggas not thinking it's as over as niggas knew it was when KD joined the Nets. But you know, niggas acting putting a cape on like it's on that level or whatever.
It's never over. That's my point I'm trying to make. Everything is not
over.
guaranteed.
Okay,
man.
everybody
Like,
knows.
But niggas knew that Warriors chip was guaranteed. Niggas knew that.
Not
they lost.
No, don't know not
Because of
necessarily
injury.
shit,
Not
son.
necessarily.
Stop.
Not necessarily, my nigga. End of the day,
Who was beating them? See, you got the cap on. Who was gonna beat them niggas?
Let me tell you, I'm gonna answer that perfectly fine.
Answer it.
I'm gonna answer it. KD played 3 years. Well, KD played 3 years for the Warriors. How many championships he got? Point. Okay,
He got
then.
2 championships.
Okay.
He didn't get the third one because he was
And
injured.
why is that,
He's
nigga?
gonna beat them the third year healthy.
Nigga, all right. So okay.
Go sit your capping ass down, True. Go sit your capping ass down, son. Crazy.
Go
sit your capping ass
You just
down.
said they weren't unbeatable. Who was gonna
Take
beat
your cap off, bro.
7-game series?
Because barring injury is always the caveat. Don't, nigga, stop that.
How is a caveat a part of the game?
Get your ass out of here.
It's part of the game. What are you
bro.
talking about? You know, injuries are part of the game.
Fuck,
It doesn't
man.
matter. Like, what are you talking about?
Go ahead somewhere.
Injuries is part of the game.
We know they are.
Outside
Okay, then what we talking about? So okay,
I got a question. Hold on, wait. I got a
nothing's guaranteed. So nothing's guaranteed.
What?
I don't want to hear that shit.
It's a fact.
I got a question here. Why the Lakers didn't make the playoffs the first year LeBron was on the Lakers?
Injury.
Okay then. Go ahead.
Barring injury is always the caveat. What you don't understand?
You keep talking about caveat. You keep talking about caveat when it's like that. Okay, everything is not guaranteed.
To the
dude.
King,
That's
they
all
was
I'm
like a
saying.
9th seed. If LeBron was playing 20 games, they would have been a 7 for 8.
I don't give a damn.
Of course you don't.
I don't give a
Of course
damn.
not. Yeah,
At the end of the day, injuries is part of the game. I don't care. It's not no cap, nothing. Injuries part of the game.
Yeah, the fuck it is.
Okay, then. So that's all my point is. Everything's not guaranteed because you don't know when somebody's going to get hurt or not.
No, I'm talking about your cap.
That's facts.
But we saw what
if you're gonna sit up there and hope on a dream on the injury, then anybody could do that dumbass shit.
Nobody's hoping on it. It's part of the game. That's what we said. It's part of the game.
That's the caveat. It's always the caveat, barring injury. Don't nobody want to hear about no fucking injury wins.
Okay, that's like that's part of it. It's been part of NBA history for them. I don't know how long, for the longest time.
I don't give a fuck, nigga.
Okay,
everybody gonna come out and say, "Oh, but this one and that one was fucking hurt."
You don't gotta care. It's part of the game, though. You don't gotta.
I don't give a fuck. That's the actuality of the situation, nigga.
I don't care, but I don't care.
I know you don't.
It's part of the game. I don't care.
Okay, it's a part of the game, but a nigga not gonna accept that and put some respect on that if you ain't beat a team at full strength. And you know that shit.
I guess a lot of these championships. don't count.
You goddamn right. A nigga gonna sit up there and nitpick that shit, nigga. What the fuck you thought?
Curry won the ring if Kyrie and Kevin Love was on that team.
Okay, so I got a question then. So LeBron Warriors ring don't count then because Andrew Bogut was hurt.
Yeah, and just like the one before that didn't count neither, nigga.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that one didn't count. So then
okay,
ring don't
come
count
on, keep running it. Just like Kawhi, all of them fucking caveat ass ring. Boy, get your ass out of here.
Bogut got injured like game 7. Majority of the season taking the L's.
Don't nobody. Every time somebody speak about that 2016 chip, they talk about a suspension and the fucking Bogut injury, nigga. Get your ass out of here. Every time somebody talk about 2015, they talk about Kevin Love and they talk about Kyrie Irving not being there. Get your ass out of here. If somebody talk about Toronto's winning, they talking about KD getting hurt first.
But what's your point?
The point is, don't nobody give a fuck about no chip if you ain't beat the nigga at full strength.
Who says that though? That's not reality.
That's not reality though. So that's
bullshit. It ain't reality. That's all you're gonna hear. That's all you do.
Okay. Hold on. You can hear all you want to. That's fine. Don't mean it's reality. Don't mean it's facts. That's cool.
Yes, it do.
No,
yes, it
not.
do.
No,
what are you talking about?
You can be in denial. You can be in denial about these facts, but that's okay. That's okay. I guess.
That's cool, man. You know, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna act like injury is not part of the game. And then
we know they're part of the game, but all rings.
Nobody acting like shit. But you're not gonna act like a nigga don't bring injuries up.
Won an injury ring, bro.
I didn't say that.
Everybody knows
I didn't say that though.
Same court that Kawhi was on, Kawhi wouldn't have had no second championship.
Okay? Who gives a fuck? But who cares though?
That's why we
anybody that's talking about this shit. If you having a debate, you gotta bring the actuality up, nigga.
But it's the problem though. But it's the problem. Don't guarantee. But don't say nigga. Don't say motherfuckers guarantee to win championship. Then you stop saying that shit because you don't know
who said that. Who said that?
That was Extreme.
Everybody. You're gonna say that. You're gonna say they're gonna. You're gonna say such and such gonna win the chat, barring injury. You're always gonna say barring injury.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
so get your fucking ass out of here, son.
No, it's not even that. Not even that though.
If Jason Tatum got hurt, nigga, and you niggas got smacked in the first round, all you would talk about is that.
That's not true because I can tell you.
Shut up, True. Shut up.
True the king. If Jason Tatum went down to there tomorrow,
that's not true. First of all, hold on. Let me say this. First of all, you only talk about. So hold on. So upsets don't happen. Answer this question. So upsets don't happen.
He said barring injury.
So upsets. Hold on. So upsets don't happen without injury. That's what we're doing. So that's what we're doing.
It's always.
So upsets happen without injury. So upsets don't happen without injury.
Upsets that happen without injury is taken taken more serious as an injury upset.
But true, you always talk about putting things.
What are you talking about? You saying
Golden
what do you mean?
won 2 games.
That 3-1 lead that the Clippers blew. If they blew that 3-1 lead without Kawhi, nobody would give a fuck. That's what I'm saying, nigga.
Listen. If they was unbeatable, why the Rockets gave them a fight game? It don't make no damn sense, dog.
Wait, what you said?
What?
They had one tough series, King. They had one tough series, True the King. Stop it. They had one tough series.
2 years in a row. What are you talking about?
Look. First of all,
what are you talking about?
One we kind of going. Wait, y'all. Hold on, wait, y'all. One we kind of.
You got guarantee. Motherfucker guarantee no fucking champion.
Right, exactly.
Come on.
Look, y'all. Listen,
this shit out, True.
But look,
stop. True, why you capping, son? What you doing all this cap for, man?
No, ain't capping nothing. Y'all the type of people that if y'all see adversity, y'all type of people. If y'all see a team that got all quote unquote stagnant deck, y'all just gonna give up. That's basically what y'all.
No, we talk about niggas gonna go stack their own deck there, right?
All right, man. All right,
I said I ain't got a problem with what KD did, but you acting like what he did with the Warriors wasn't a problem.
I'm finna get
Huh?
it.
wasn't.
My thing is this.
Okay.
My thing is this.
No, it was a problem.
What's the problem with it?
All I'm saying
LeBron
is
with the
this,
Golden
right?
State. LeBron would have had
Because you
more
joined the most, because you one of the best, because you the most potentest offensive force of all time, joining the most winningest team of all time.
Who didn't win
That's
the
why.
ring?
What?
We
LeBron would
just
have
told
had
you a
4
million
rings to go to
times why
state.
we don't like that move, man. Y'all
Wait, what you say?
LeBron would have had 4.
They lost.
If LeBron went to go to state,
They
he would have
lost the
4
best
rings
player
straight.
on the team.
Why did they lose? Why did they lose? Why did they lose? Because Bogut wasn't there.
KD choked and Westbrook choked.
I'm gonna give you an example that has nothing.
Oh, you
to do
talking
with
about choke KC? Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example that has nothing with injury, right? So, okay, the Miami Heat was looked at being a team that was unbeatable, right?
That's cap.
Unbeatable, right?
That's cap.
Fuck it. Yo, go Mike. Get the fuck out of here. Go Mike. Get the fuck out of here. Go
If he talk about 2011,
don't nobody not accept that 2011 loss. Don't nobody throw out that 2011 loss. Get your fucking ass out of here.
What are you talking about?
Everybody accept that 2011 loss as a L, and don't nobody throw that shit out the window, nigga.
Yeah.
But okay, man, but my whole point is this.
Sit your ass down somewhere, True. Take your cap off. Let it go.
No, hold on. So now, hey, with facts you spit around, nigga, you're loud.
LeBron's first year with the Heat.
What? Hold on. Go ahead and say what you got to say. Let me smack your ass right quick.
Here's our Twitter King. Here's our Twitter King. Hold on, True. I'm gonna you right now. I'm gonna you right now. I'm gonna show you right now. LeBron's first year with the Heat, he lost with Bosh and Wade. KD won a ring his first year in Golden State. LeBron did not win. LeBron did not win his first year in the Heat.
This conversation. That's not even what I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
LeBron never had an MVP on the team. Name me a time when LeBron. Hold on. Name me a time when LeBron had a
MVP. That's not what I'm talking about. Renegade, get your man, Renegade. That's not what I'm talking about.
What you talking about?
KD had a 2-time.
Hold on.
Come on, man.
One at a time. One at a time.
Chill out, go Mike.
You gotta
First
chill,
of all, hold on.
KD a bum. KD a bum.
Go Mike. Chill out, go Mike. Chill out.
We know you being a LeBron fan.
Not bum, bro.
You can't join a 2-time MVP. SB, you cannot join a 2-time MVP, dude. You cannot join a 2-time reigning MVP. LeBron James never had an MVP. Name me a time where LeBron had an MVP on his team.
First of all, hold on.
Name me a time.
Let me talk. Stop. There's not a LeBron versus KD thing.
You keep bringing up.
It's always gonna come back to the train, man.
No,
they going after KD.
Right.
They're going after KD because of all of the flames that Brian got for so-called building super teams. That's the only reason why niggas talking about KD, because of the train, man.
But
the only reason.
That's my question though for y'all.
No, I'm not.
Let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all LeBron fans this question.
Oh my God.
When they was trying to crucify LeBron, bro, y'all was on everybody's head. They literally doing the same. Listen, Can I finish? But now they doing the same thing to KD, and y'all allowing this. So no, to keep the same energy to stop that.
I told you, bro.
They doing the same thing to both.
What team was most stacked? That 2011 or this one, bro? It don't matter.
It don't matter.
God damn.
LeBron never had an MVP on his team, SB. LeBron never had an MVP on his team, dude.
Yo, can I say something? Hold on. Let me say this. Let me finish my point.
LeBron never had an MVP on his squad, dude. Stop the cap, dude.
Go Mike, chill out. Let me say this.
This man has had 2 MVPs on his team.
Go Mike. You come people. Go Mike. Chill out. Go Mike. Chill out. Let me. I didn't finish my point.
KD a bomb.
He not no bomb.
No, Mike.
You can't join a 2-time MVP, dude. You being a fan. You being a fan. You cannot join a 2-time MVP and not be a
LeBron fan. Go Mike. We not gonna take you serious.
SB. Name me a time when LeBron had an MVP on his team. Name it.
Dude, hey, go Mike. Chill out. I want to finish my point.
So you saying KD didn't take? So you saying KD didn't take it to another level? Is that what you about to put the cap on and say?
But it's not about them. Because somebody gonna take it to the next level after KD. It's gonna.
I'm asking you. Do you believe or not believe that KD took it to the next level?
He did.
Can I make my point?
Checkmated LeBron when it comes
to can I make my point?
LeBron, man.
Can I make my point?
Go ahead, True. Hold on. Let True go.
No, it's about Brian. It's always about the NBA.
Hold on, let True go.
This is my problem. This is my problem with people saying that teams are unbeatable, right? Stacking the deck where
nobody said this Nets team was unbeatable.
Yeah,
niggas knew that the Warriors was unbeatable. Niggas knew that, and you niggas capping like it wasn't like that's not true.
Renegade. That's not. You cut me off. Y'all cut me off. I'm trying. You can't hold up. But I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about specifically the Nets. I'm talking about in general. People think this way. That's why we're having this conversation. Because people have a problem with teams stacking the deck because they feel it's not an unfair advantage, which technically is not really true.
Mm-hmm. That's the topic of the conversation. Y'all making this a KD versus LeBron is
that's what it is.
It's not.
We didn't.
Yes, it is.
Hold up. I can give you a simple example. Actually, here's y'all not letting me talk, because I can give you multiple different examples.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, the last three you gave wasn't shit.
So okay. For example, right? So that Sixers team that had AI and they went to the NBA Finals, right? Was they supposed? Did anybody thought they were supposed to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Who did they go against in them finals?
They kind of made the
no niggas. I'm telling you, True boy. I'm telling you, nigga. You and your cap. Oh my god, you and your fucking cap. I'm telling you.
Hold on. Y'all can't keep cutting me off. Hold on. So we're gonna act like So they were supposed. So we're gonna act like they was not. So first of all, they were not supposed to beat Toronto, and they were not supposed to beat the Bucks. That's just facts.
I don't give a fuck, man. They wasn't the juggernauts. They was. Who was the juggernauts, True?
Okay, my fault.
Who the fuck was the juggernaut?
I'm gonna give you another example, right? I'm gonna give
bad
I'm gonna give you another example.
Yeah, that was a bad example.
It's not. I'm just making. First of all, it's still one of the points I make. So when Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton, they was on the same team and they lost in. They got split 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, 04, yeah.
4 games. Against
what did you just say? Put that
let him finish.
The Lakers were Kobe and Shaq, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone. Then they lose.
You talking about the Lakers?
Did they lose?
They lost.
What you talking about?
The Lakers in 04 lost to the Detroit Pistons, yes.
That was 1 year. Wow, I'm so impressed.
You want me? I can give you plenty of different examples of teams
they lost.
That were supposed to win.
King, that's not the argument. We know
Kobe trying to be the man and don't want to give the ball to Shaq.
With 2 MVPs, 3 of the best shooters to ever play the game of basketball.
Go, Mike. Why you in here capping, man?
That was one series. Whoever's in the chat.
The Warriors,
who was gonna beat the Golden State Warriors?
What you mean? What you mean? We're gonna beat the Golden State Warriors? It was on. Listen, if that was the case, then listen. My whole point is this, right? The Rockets took them to 7 games. We're not gonna act like
that was one series. That's one series, dude.
You acting like a LeBron fan. You acting like a LeBron fan.
And listen.
One series, wow.
And then KD was
your point.
And then KD.
Hold on. So why does nobody rank that Warriors team as the greatest team of all time than with KD?
Because
they so on MJ dick about the Bulls. That's why.
Why would they call a team who won 2 championships the greatest of all time?
I'm talking about specifically any of them years when KD was there. I don't care about.
How come they ain't? Why did KD's Warriors team not the greatest team of all time?
Because they only got 2 rings.
What does that mean? They was only together for 3 years.
Because this is not the 90s.
You just killed your argument.
So the KD Warriors not the greatest team of all time?
What?
They're not.
You want to base it off title rings like the Chicago Bulls?
We're not basing on time. I'm just asking a question.
We're talking about them as a team. Period. I don't care.
Is they the greatest team of all time?
No, they're not.
Talking about talent, not a compliment. Talent.
No, they're not.
How? Well, who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Who the fuck is better, nigga?
Then that Warriors team was live teams. What are you talking about?
Record-wise,
a lot, nigga. Who?
It's a lot of teams. Chicago,
nigga. Who?
Bulls,
Say it.
Wait.
Say who? Say them a lot of teams. Give me 5 fucking teams better than them boys. Give me 10.
Celtics. The 08 Celtics.
No, the fuck they wasn't.
And they better have MVPs on their team. They better have 2 MVPs.
Okay.
They better have 2 MVPs. Katie got 2 MVPs and Curry got 2 MVPs.
Go sit your ass down somewhere, man.
No, Katie got 1 MVP.
Katie got 1 MVP.
Okay.
I said you got 2 MVPs on the same team. Curry and Katie were both MVPs.
My nigga.
Curry got 2 of them.
Everything about this whole debate. That's what that nigga. God damn. You and your fucking cap, true.
How I'm capping when I see more teams. How I'm capping when you see more teams. You can't keep cutting me off. Like, come on, y'all got, because you know y'all capping and lying. Y'all can't.
Dude, every time you say something, you renegade shit on you, and you got to change your whole shit up.
I'm not changing none of shit up because you're lying.
Bullshit.
So you trying to tell me, hold on, I'm gonna first of all, so you trying to tell me them 2 years KD won championship, one of the most dominant years in NBA history.
Nobody thought that anybody but the Warriors is winning that chip. Period.
Yes.
Nobody.
They would have stayed together. Like
Nobody.
They would have had more.
Niggas said the Rockets could beat them. Niggas thought the Rockets could beat them. Who
said the Rockets
could
beat them?
I know plenty of niggas thought the Rockets could beat them. So what are you talking about?
Who? Not me. When KD went down, I said, boy, niggas finna go ham on the bearding because he can't beat the Chef and Clay by his fucking self.
In that first year, with Kyrie, that first year they won a championship, niggas thought LeBron, Kyrie, and them were going to beat them too. So we're not going to lie. We're not going to talk. So it sounds cool after the fact.
Wait, what? Wait, what you said? You said who? Who thought that?
Niggas is lying. Niggas
that nigga
lie.
Say any motherfucker.
So niggas gonna lie. So we gonna lie.
Okay.
Are we lying right now? So you
lying right now, Tootie King. You lying right now. Nobody said that shit, nigga.
So niggas is lying right now.
This nigga true crazy as fuck.
So niggas lying right now.
Tootie King, you capping, bro. Nobody
so hold on. So niggas is lying. So hold on. So anybody's panel. So let me get this straight. Anybody's panel. So nobody thought that LeBron.
Just because you heard somebody say that the boys white, that the fucking that. You saying that just because you heard the word spoken that the Savage could beat the Cupcake Warriors, that means something, nigga. Shut your ass up, all right?
Lord Gamer, be quiet, Lord Gamer.
What
you say, man? Why, Lord Gamer? Why you always at my head, bro?
Lord Gamer a kid, man.
But I don't think what's your point, True. What are you trying to say about LeBron?
My point is this though. Stop complaining about super teams. Y'all really capping some motherfuckers, acting like motherfuckers on beat, like they can't be beat.
Boy, people suffer making these.
Nobody said none of that about your Nets, but niggas knew what time it was with the Warriors.
I know what time it was.
We agree with you.
I know what time it was.
Every team is beatable.
Oh my god, you can't.
Every team is beatable.
You're right, facts.
The Warriors were unbeatable. They should have ran.
Nobody thought the Warriors would be beat.
The Warriors
come on,
MJ beat everything.
That's because MJ had the best team in the.
Who in the chat right now?
MJ, bro, compared to all the other teams that been stacked up as super teams, MJ had the least talent out of all of them.
LeBron James the GOAT, man.
But you got
the 90s is the weakest era in NBA history, man.
That's a fact.
No, it ain't.
Hold on.
No, it ain't.
SB. Hold on. Let me say this. SB, you gotta put that in context. Yes, I agree that to an extent, but you gotta put it in context.
Okay, perfect.
Compared to his teams, everybody in the 90s, it was nowhere close.
No, I'm just saying. I said compared to all the other super teams, but you're right. But you in that era though,
He couldn't get away with that in other eras.
But okay, same thing with Bill Russell. He couldn't get away.
It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
No, that's the same. It's about the same
thing because his era. I'm gonna tell you why. His team.
Oh, true. You and your Celtics cap.
That's not.
You got a Celtics cap on, huh?
Hold on. Whoa. I'm gonna answer this question. Last time I checked, Michael Jordan was favored to win the NBA Finals every time he went, right or wrong.
You goddamn right he was because of the
okay.
But they like, hey,
and nobody thought the Bulls was going to lose.
Let me finish. You're right. Exactly. You're right. Let me say this. Bill Russell was not always favored to win a championship. That's just facts. That's facts. It was
hold on, y'all. Let me see what Sean said right here. Hold on. He said when we talking about the greatest team ever, it might not be a bad idea.
The nigga say that that Bills squad was unbeatable. You're not gonna be favored in all 11, right? Oh, how many he had? 12?
11.
But nigga, you trying to
I mean, he went to 12. He went to 12.
Right, 12. But I'm just saying though. No,
right now.
That's a lot.
Renegade right now.
What? 91? 91 with no Magic, no Kareem, no B Scott, no Russell. I mean,
Renegade, you're not hearing me, Renegade. Renegade, you're not hearing me though. But 6 is still a lot of time. Right or wrong? That's a lot. What? 6 is a lot. 6 is a lot. That's my point. 6 is a lot.
Yeah, 6 is a lot. What do you want?
That's my whole point. So it's like when Melford, but still though, like even that being said,
about stacking the deck and being unbeatable though. We're not talking about 6 being a lot.
Jordan had the best team in the league.
Wait, what you say?
Even though they was favored though, right? But even you still can be. Even you being favored don't mean you unbeatable.
Never been to a game 7, nigga.
Jordan had the best team.
Hold on.
I'm talking. That's who I'm talking about.
Hold on. The Pacers.
I'm talking about stacking the deck. I'm talking about not being able to be beat. That's what we're talking about.
Jordan is not all that. SB.
Hold on. Let me say this.
That ran the playoffs though, and only lost one.
Hold on. Let me say this though. The Pacers took them to Game 7. Reggie Miller, that team, took them to Game 7.
And it was at the end of their run, right? Everybody was gone after that run, right?
Matter of fact,
at the very end, right?
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example, my nigga. Shaq and Penny beat them.
Yes, they sure did. They did.
So then nobody's unbeatable. My point is this: nobody's unbeatable.
They beat them when MJ had the freshest legs in the NBA and they got their ass smacked. Had MJ calling Gardman to save his fake ass legacy, right?
You make my point. Exactly. Right? You're making my point. So no team is unbeatable.
So they had to stack the deck even more, right?
True to King, you missing the point. Me and Renegade never said no team is unbeatable. We said go.
Whoa! He had to stack the deck even more. Ain't that what we're getting on, right?
Nobody's stacking the deck. Y'all.
What is Dennis Rodman?
That's not stacking.
What
the
is
deck.
it? He's not like that, right?
That's not stacking the deck though. What is stacking the deck?
So Dennis Rodman ain't like that. Is what you saying? True?
No.
Say Dennis Rodman ain't like that. Say it, nigga.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me finish.
No. You're saying that Dennis Rodman ain't like that. So say it.
Hey, guess what? If you're not gonna let me talk, I'm not gonna answer it. You're not gonna let me talk. Hold on. If you're not gonna let me talk, I'm not gonna answer
what you saying. You're saying that adding the best defender in the 90s on top of a say it. Say that Dennis Rodman ain't like that.
Hold on. I want you to say this. You need time. You don't need time to win, huh? Say that. You don't need time to win.
No, listen.
Hold on.
Listen to me, nigga.
Nobody wins the championship by themselves.
You're talking about you talking about how they didn't. You just put the cape on, saying that the Bulls didn't have enough to win. Okay, they didn't. And then what did they do? Stack the deck, and you don't want to speak on it, nigga.
Stacking the deck doesn't exist when you're trying to win championships. That's my point.
You can call it what you want, but the fact is that they got catapulted to overwhelming favorites after they got Gardman. That's fact.
Renegade, I got a question though. You're right. They did stack the deck. My problem is, what's the problem with it?
I don't got a problem. I don't got a problem with this shit. Depending on what level you go to, nigga.
It don't matter.
No, it matters, nigga. The competition does matter. We watching a
sport. My nigga. No, it don't matter, my nigga. It's entertainment. First of all,
the fuck it do.
Sport. It don't matter, my nigga.
Yes, the fuck it do. Get your ass out of here. You ain't playing no fucking sports, nigga.
Matter, my nigga. I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter. I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter. You ain't watching. You a Pelicans fan. You a Pelicans fan, but if your team didn't say that shit, you wouldn't fucking care.
It wouldn't matter if it was my team, nigga. That's me and my team. I don't give a fuck about anybody. If me and my team whooping every fucking body ass.
Coming from a Saints fan that got all the time in the world, right? And coming from a Saints fan. So, like, you just don't
ain't nobody on the fucking planet looked at the Saints like they was looking at. Oh my God! Like they was looking at your fucking looking at the 07 Patriots, nigga.
Okay, but guess what though? Who cares? In the day, GM do your fucking job.
You care.
How your GM do your job? I don't care.
You care.
Anything about it. Y'all care about fucking.
They're not mad at these niggas ain't mad at the GMs doing their job. They mad at the fucking players doing the GM job.
Who cares about competition if you're trying to win? Like I don't understand that. If you're trying to win,
they want it to be competitive. That's what.
How is not competitive?
No, I'm
saying. How is it not
competitive? No, man, you can't.
Like, come on, yo. Like y'all wild.
What are you talking about? If there is no competition for the best team, don't nobody give a fuck about everybody else fighting to be number 2.
That's a lie, my nigga. That's a fucking lie.
That's not a fucking lie, nigga.
When was it? That's a lie, my nigga. Like you can't just
no the fuck it ain't.
Saying that you stack the deck, ain't gonna be no fucking competition. That's a lie. Cause nigga, we see niggas lose.
What are you talking about? How is it not? How? Explain it so you can get. Explain it so I can smack your ass around again. Explain it. No, you explain it, nigga. You talking that shit?
I already gave you examples how it's still.
No, the fuck you didn't. You changed every fucking example that you gave me.
Hold on. Anybody's parents, I didn't name you plenty of examples of teams having a superior team and the other team that had less time didn't win.
Nobody said that any upset is not possible.
Choking.
Okay,
Kobe
when you're talking about having a competition, what are you talking about? That's
I'm
just
saying
you using one instance. The league been around for 70 years.
I use more than one.
You're moving the goalposts to the game.
I use more than one, though. No, Mike, you have no type of value in this conversation. Shut your channel.
You're moving the goalposts.
Go smacking you around. You don't get mad.
You changing his argument.
No, I'm not mad. Nothing. I ain't cussing at one time.
Thing, bro.
I ain't cussing at one time.
Me and Renegade.
Yo,
you're taking his argument. Man,
y'all
Hold on, I have the truth. Hold on, wait. Lord Game, you said you're gonna cook Renegade how? He said you're private
man. Man.
Let me say this. Right?
Go ahead.
This is a problem. Y'all cry and complain when motherfuckers doing their fucking jobs for building fucking teams. And saying this shit now we're not competitive.
Right. Y'all cry and complain. Niggas said they don't.
Ain't nobody cried when LeBron did it. Ain't nobody cried when the Celtics did it. Ain't nobody cried when Kobe did it. Ain't nobody.
LeBron never had an MVP on his team.
Magic did it. So what's the problem?
LeBron is the only player. Hey, SB. LeBron is the only player to win a chip with no MVPs on his team. Stop the cap.
It don't matter. But the point is, nobody.
It don't matter. But if it don't matter, why is you saying that Bron did it?
Renegade. Hold on. Renegade. Hold on. Let me say this.
It's cap now. It's cap now. You niggas, well, I was telling you, niggas.
Wait. Go, Mike. Repeat what you said again. Go, Mike. Hold on, wait. Go, Mike. Repeat what you said. LeBron James did what?
Here's what I'm saying.
No, repeat what you said. LeBron James.
He didn't have an MVP on his squad.
Yeah, he not
doing an MVP.
Whoa, no,
Kobe did.
Mike did. No,
stop it, bro.
Kobe didn't win a championship. Yeah, Shaq.
Hold on, let me.
Shaq.
He tried to do it in 2011 with Nash and your boy.
Yeah, we got
the White.
Hold on, let me say this. Though. Mike, let me say this. You go, Mike. You just cap like a motherfucker right now.
LeBron has had the least amount of help to win rings. The least amount of help.
That's a lie.
Kevin Love
That's
ain't top 15, nigga. I can name 15 players better than Kevin Love right now, nigga.
Hold on. Go, Mike.
I can name 20 players better than Kevin Love right now, nigga.
Go, Mike. You can't come me
Kevin Love ain't no top 20 player, nigga.
Nobody said you arguing on the GOATs, my nigga. What are you talking about?
LeBron James LeBron carried trash cans and won.
Hold on, wait, look, time out. Look, he just killed you right there. Go Mike is like Kawhi won without MVP, Shaq did, Mike, Dirk, Hakeem, Kobe, etc.
He had 4 Hall of Famers. SB, Kawhi had 4 Hall of Famers. Tim Duncan.
Only nigga you talking about is Dirk.
That man had 3 Hall of Famers on the team. Kawhi Leonard had 3 Hall of Fame players on his team. Stop the cap, Gideon. Kawhi had 3 Hall of Fame players on his team. Michael Jordan had 4 Hall of Famers on his team.
Hold on. No, go Mike. We're not doing that, go Mike. You got go Mike. You got chill out. You debate. Stop debating. Go.
He had 3 to 4 Hall of Fame players on his team. Michael Jordan had 3 to 4 Hall of Famers. Scottie Pippen, Hall of Famers. Dennis Rodman, Hall of Famer. Horace Grant.
Stop coming off, go Mike. No, please stop coming off, bro. Please stop coming off, Mike. Please stop coming off.
You deserve to get. Listen, the shit you talking, Drew. It's like, dude, how you expect a nigga to let you say that shit, son? Listen to what the fuck he's saying, son.
What's they not lot about?
So you arguing with us for no reason, bro?
Bro, come on, man. Go run the tape back, man. Renegade. Come on, man.
Let me get this straight. Let me make these things clear. Y'all saying that the shit is not competitive, right or wrong?
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's why people are upset with Super.
That was Renegade saying though. I'm not saying.
No, I was talking about when KD turned the Warriors into the Lift Warriors. I said I don't got a problem with what he's doing with the Nets because I know that it's hard to stop the train, and I know that the boy on one leg,
it's not hard to stop
and
the train.
He need all the fucking help he can get. That's what I said. All right.
If it's not hard to stop the train, the
Mario, you're also saying.
Hold on. What are getting out of
Come on, yo, go Mike. You gotta chill out, go Mike.
Hey, go one at a time, yo. One at a time.
You come on me at Shimon, go Mike. Chill out, man.
Go Mike is a. Y'all gotta admit though, LeBron James has never won with an MVP on this team.
Larry Bird.
That might change next year.
What the fuck? At the end of the day, y'all need to stop capping for like end of the day, niggas do what they want to do. End of the day, niggas, you still
somebody said they couldn't.
Like true,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you
niggas gonna talk that shit if they do what they want to a certain level. That's just tipping the skills. And,
SB, ask Gideon. Whenever LeBron had an MVP on his team and won, tell me. LeBron never had an MVP on his squad.
Hold on. Was they an MVP when they was on their team together? No.
Go Mike. Go.
Curry was a what? What was Curry? A two-time what? MVP. Steph Curry was a two-time unanimous MVP. Unanimously. By default. You can't join a two-time MVP. You can't bring an MVP and James Harden to the squad.
James versus KD.
We're not doing that.
That's what it's gonna come down to, though, man.
LeBron the GOAT by default.
No, but go Mike is making it that way though. Go Mike is making it that way.
Stop being a fan.
Go Mike making that way.
You can't go to 10 finals. You can't go to 10 finals. Get 4 MVPs, 4 chips.
He got 4 rings, though. He got 4 rings, though.
No, he got there.
Because niggas know it's hard to stop the train. Niggas got to build teams against the boy.
But not winning.
He got all the accolades. He's got all the accolades too, SB. Don't forget about the accolades.
Stop making it LeBron. Look, I hate when y'all do this. But then we get the cookie LeBron. Then
y'all let's stop talking about LeBron. It's been like 4 days straight.
Exactly.
You can't stop talking about the topic. What are you talking about? We talking about basketball. You can't mention the best nigga. You can't talk about basketball and not talk about the best nigga. It's always gonna fall back to the GOAT, nigga.
Right, but let's say this though.
This guy went to LA so he can work on his acting career on the fly.
Hold on. But let's say this though. Okay. but we're not gonna make a LeBron James versus everybody debate. We're not gonna do that.
Y'all keep bringing up LeBron.
They keep bringing
That's
up
what it
LeBron.
always
They
comes down
SB,
to,
you
man.
brought up
Y'all not
LeBron.
hearing me.
You
Y'all
feel
not hearing
me?
me though. We're not gonna make it LeBron James versus everybody.
This
We're not
happened
doing
We're
with
not gonna
that.
make
LeBron
it a
every time we
Celtics
bring up
topic either.
Stop
I
bringing
didn't
up
say
Stop
all
bringing
LeBron.
up Larry
that.
Stop bringing
Bird.
up KD.
Stop bringing up Larry Bird.
You
Stop
got
bringing up Jason
to.
Tatum.
It's a super team debate. That's
Hey yo,
what
We
go
talking
Mike.
about Kevin Durant.
Don't
We're
hey
not
yo,
talking about
hold on.
LeBron James.
Let me say this. Let me say this, right?
Stupid.
First of
Listen,
all, I don't have
y'all,
to
bro.
talk.
LeBron not better than
Hold on.
MJ.
Hold on. Let me
All
address
We're
King
not
this.
do.
talking about Michael
Hold
Jordan. We
on.
talking about
Hold
Kevin
All
on.
Durant.
King do is
It's
talk about
about
his
super
Celtics.
teams.
That's cap.
Y'all
That's
keep bringing
cap,
up
my
other
go Mike.
players
I
for
know
no
about to
reason.
keep
It's
more
That's
a
not
niggas.
GOAT
cap.
debate. It's
That's
That's not
cap,
LeBron
my
cap.
versus,
nigga.
I mean, it's
That's
KD.
cap, my nigga. I can make bare Lakers players than you do, go Mike. Don't do that.
All
That's
you do is
cap,
talk
my
about your
nigga.
Celtics,
That's
nigga.
cap. Dude, all right, go Mike. Go Mike. I
My
can
team
make
better
bare
than
Lakers players
yours.
than you.
My team better than
My
yours. That's a
nigga.
fact.
You come.
My
Hold
team
on.
better
Let
than
me.
yours. That's
Hey,
a
y'all
fact.
need to chill, bro. What y'all talking about?
Hold on. This is first of all, I don't just talk about my Celtics for one. I can talk
Yeah,
about any
yeah, you
team.
do. Stop the
No,
cat. Yeah,
that's a
you do.
lie. I can talk
That's
about
not
your
a
team
lie.
better than your team.
Damn,
I
remember
can
when
talk
the
about your
My
Knicks
team
team
better
back
than
better
your
than
then
team.
yours.
won 41?
My team
That's
better
not
than
good.
yours.
You have a ghost
My team
topic.
better than
Stop
yours.
debating. You're debating the ghost. I don't know what you're talking
We
about.
got more breaks
I
than your
don't.
team do. We got more
That's
breaks than your
cool.
team do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But you can't name
We
them
got all
though.
the
But you
all-time
can't
breaks
name
on our
them.
team.
But you can't name them though. And you cut people off. And you
We
don't
got
want
more
to
breaks
debate
than
like
y'all
that.
do. Y'all team is
Stop cutting
trash.
people off, man.
Trash ass
Like,
Celtics.
Let's not get started on
hey,
the Celtics.
I just,
Jason
hey,
Tatum
but
will
guess
run
what?
them right out of
But
the
who?
playoffs.
Speaking of that, right? But speaking of that, right? But who did I pick to win the championship? Then did you know? You know what team I picked to win the championship?
You won with the Lakers.
We tied the rings, nigga. We tied up. What's the point?
Is a Laker a quote unquote super team?
All right, we're not talking about no Celtics versus Lakers.
No,
The
I'm just
Celtics is
saying. Answer the
trash.
question. No, answer no.
The Knicks are better.
Go Mike, chill out. Go Mike, chill out. Go Mike. We're not even on that time. My point is, who did I pick to win the championship? Right? The Lakers, right?
Lakers
Is
ain't
Laker
winning
a quote
shit
unquote?
this
Is Laker a
year.
quote unquote a super
I mean,
team?
that was the smart decision in the beginning. Who you got now?
No, answer the
Salute,
question.
salute, my
Okay,
Who you
boy
got now?
Leisure.
Who you got now? Who you got now? Who you got now?
Yeah,
We
man.
took the
No,
Knicks.
this is the thing though, right?
Who
Here's
do
the
you
thing.
got now?
Truth
True.
cooking.
Just answer right quick.
Salute,
Just
my
right quick.
As of
Leisure.
right now, hold on.
Salute
If
Knicks
Lakers are
fans.
healthy,
Getting that on in the chat room.
If they healthy, wait. Did you say barring
Tell him again.
injury? Did
hold on.
Getting
You're
that
you
not
on,
letting me
say
y'all.
talk.
that?
Renegade. You're not letting me. You not see
Nigga.
y'all losing the
Oh my
debate. That's why
god.
y'all keep cutting me off. Y'all losing the debate. That's why y'all keep cutting me off. Let me finish what I'm about to say.
Dog, you and your
Let me
cat.
finish what I'm about to say. I'm not capping nothing because you're not finishing my thoughts. I'm
Dog, you
trying to
didn't
speak.
went so many different directions.
I did not. I
All
did
to
not.
get
I'm always
smacked
consistent.
down by these mega
I'm
facts,
always
bruh.
consistent. No, you're not. Make a cap. It ain't nothing. Make a cap. No pun intended. You know what I mean? Make a cap. It's a bar.
Screw
That's
the
That's a bar.
King.
disrespect right
Screw the
there,
King.
That's
boy.
like that.
Nobody cap more than you, Screw the
That's
King.
like that.
Screw the King. Nobody cap more than you
I
do,
ain't do
nigga.
like that. I ain't
Screw the
like that,
King.
bro. I ain't do
Nobody
like
cap
that.
What's
more
that,
than you do, bro.
idolatry hack, though, Mike?
Nobody
Y'all be
cap more
capping
than
for
Screw the King do,
LeBron. Y'all
man.
be
Hold up.
Nobody
Go, Mike.
cap
Let me
more than
finish.
you
That
do,
look
man.
like it's that
Oh
idolatry
man.
hack.
Y'all be
One at a
doing
hey,
too
hold
Hold
on,
on.
wait, y'all. First of all,
Let
one
me
at a
finish.
time,
Let me finish what
y'all.
I'm about to say, man.
One
Go,
at a
Mike. Go,
time, cause
Mike.
can't nobody hear
Yo, go,
y'all.
Mike. Go, Mike. You gotta stop cutting people off like mid-sentence. You gotta stop doing that shit and
We
some random shit.
the whole
You gotta
chat
stop
cut you
doing that.
off because you capping. The
Hey, yo,
whole channel cut you
you
off
just
because you
turn
capping,
no,
nigga.
you
Hey,
just
salute,
turn it on,
SB.
my
What's
nigga.
good,
Just
man?
chill
What
out.
up? What up? Salute.
Hold up. This is
What's
my
up,
whole
man?
point,
What's
though,
up?
right?
What's
So
up?
this is my point about the super team shit. So I picked the Lakers to win a championship, right? Is the Lakers a super team?
That don't make sense, Screw the King. That don't
Answer
make
the
no
fucking
sense.
listen.
Who
All
was
right then.
who?
All right then.
That
Let
Who
makes
me
was
no
what
sense.
team?
let me keep
What
going
team
then,
was so
since you know
called
my
super before the season started?
the Brooklyn
Who
Nets.
was
You
the
saw Brooklyn
superest team
Nets.
before the season started? Was it the Lakers or not?
The Lakers. It was no super teams, but
Who
you
was
missed
the
my point, right?
superest team? I said who was the superest team before the
Nah,
season
Leisure,
The
I
started?
definitely
Super
need you
is
to.
team.
I definitely need you to get in, Leisure. Whenever you get free time,
Hey,
my bud.
there's a spot Legion, I think.
No, he said
But
his
my whole
background
thing,
too loud.
The Super Legion
my
and
whole thing
Uh,
is this. But my whole thing is this, right? I picked the Lakers, and like I said,
Mm-hmm.
if the Lakers is healthy, I still got them
If they help.
winning the championship.
We are not a super team. That's cap. We're not a super team.
I didn't say y'all was. I didn't say y'all was. That's my point.
No, somebody in the chat said we were a super team.
There's no such thing as super teams. That's the point.
Okay,
that's some cap, though.
Right? There's no such thing as it. Come on.
Right, exactly. Right. So people are
gonna run off.
Nets, right?
If you running the best teams, those teams, the best teams in NBA history. Compared to the most regular teams in NBA history,
stop y'all acting like Bron sexual, right? It ain't about LeBron.
So Renegade, right?
I ain't no Bron sexual. I ain't even no Bron fan.
You chugging that Sprite cranberry right now.
I ain't no Bron sexual, nigga. I ain't no Bron. I am not a Bron sexual. I'm not even a Bron fan, dude.
Hold on. I'm trying to like.
Wait a minute.
I'm trying to.
You're a Bron fan, dog. Come on,
I respect greatness. I'm not a Bron fan, but I respect greatness.
You don't respect Mike, though.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Hold up, real quick.
I'm a Dennis Rodman fan, bro.
KD joined a two-time MVP. I don't respect that.
Let him know.
Let me say this.
You can't join a two-time MVP and say you that nigga.
Yo, that man got the Sprite cranberry.
That's right. That's right, bro, Mike.
Sucking the whole, y'all sucking the whole can, bro.
That's facts.
Who's that up there? Who's that? That's Todd Mason?
You don't want to Hey, let me say this though, right? Let me say this. Hold on. Chill.
One at a time, though, y'all. One at a time.
So everybody can agree that, right? That the Brooklyn got more talent than the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
By default.
Yeah.
Right. By default. Right. So, but everybody here can tell me. Does that mean that Brooklyn can beat the Lakers?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely be.
Yo, you're fucking.
Brooklyn has no team chemistry at all.
Yeah, I do mean that.
No one don't.
They got 5 All-Stars on one team.
Yeah, 5 All-Stars don't mean shit, bro.
Nobody expects them not to win shit, bro.
Can they beat the Lakers?
Hold on. Whoa. So let me ask you Mike this question. Hold on. Let me ask you Mike the question then, right? So you got Brooklyn beating a healthy Lakers team.
Hey, bro. Here's what I'm saying.
Can they beat the Lakers? It's a possibility. See, what do you think you said? Ain't you was the one that said that any team can be beat? Why is you asking that shit, man? Nobody over here said the Nets was unbeatable, nigga.
To the king.
I'm creating conversation, Renegade. I'm trying to make a point of what we're talking about.
I'm just
that's
saying,
all that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm doing is create conversation because the topic is why super teams is bad, whatever case may be. As of right now in the league, the Nets by far probably got the most talent, right? We can agree to that.
Yeah,
by default. Yes, by default.
Right. But is it a guarantee they're gonna win a championship?
No, sir. See, but nobody over here believes that the Nets is what the Warriors was. But niggas is putting the cap on like they is. That's
one at a time, G.
But no, we're not like niggas over here. Like nobody here said that. Like nobody.
No, but I'm talking about in general.
Unbeatable, man.
But I'm talking about
niggas questioning if they're gonna make it all the way more than saying that they can't be beat.
I don't even
know. You didn't hear Shannon Sharp said.
Dude, the Nets are beatable, man.
Shannon Sharp already said. Shannon Sharp is a big. Shannon Sharp is a big. Shannon Sharp is a big time LeBron fan, and even he said he'll be surprised if the Lakers can beat. He said he'll be surprised if LA can beat the Brooklyn Nets. And he a big LeBron fan.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think?
So what do you say?
I agree with Shannon Sharp. I'll be surprised if the Lakers can beat the Brooklyn Nets. I'll be surprised. What do you think?
It's not funny, bro. He being objective.
Hey, yo, wrap it up.
Chill out. Nah.
What is bad? I didn't say that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I didn't say they were gonna beat us. I said
one at a time.
I said I'll be surprised if LA can beat the Brooklyn. I'll be surprised.
Why? But the Renegade, this is what I'm talking about. Renegade, people like Gold Mike. That's why I'm saying
They got 5 All-Stars on one team, nigga. 5 All-Stars.
Hold on,
5 All-Stars don't mean shit. Who cares?
Yeah, it do mean something, nigga. Yeah, it do.
Because Renegade, this is my point, Renegade. Because the Gold Mike, someone like Gold Mike, right, said that Brooklyn can beat the Lakers because he just don't forget because the fact that they got more talent. And they call that's my problem.
You twist my words, True the King. You twist my words, True the King.
Look at the talent that they got, though.
This is what I said, True the King. I said I would be surprised. Are you listening? I said I'll be surprised if LA can beat the Brooklyn Nets.
So
I didn't say they were. I didn't say they were, True the King. I didn't say they were gonna beat us. I said I'll be surprised if we can beat them niggas.
That don't make no fucking sense. What
Yeah, it do make sense.
Nobody.
Yeah, it do make sense.
Hey, yo, hold on. Let me read what you said.
Come on, man.
Hold on, my fault, Extreme. My fault, Extreme.
Gold Mike saying some crazy stuff.
No, hold on. No, I don't. No,
I'm saying what's the Extreme?
No,
What you saying?
Let me iterate. Let me get this clear. Let me rephrase. Let me say what you said. Like, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. What you just said, because it sounds crazy to me. I may be tripping. You just said that you'll be surprised if the Lakers can beat Brooklyn, but you feel though the Lakers can beat Brooklyn.
Who? What? Who said that?
Like, that don't make no.
Yeah, but
Let me say it again.
Say it again.
Let me say it again, True the King. Let me say it again. Let me say it again.
I'm young.
Let me say it again. I would be surprised if my team can beat Brooklyn. I'll be surprised.
Right.
I'll be surprised for the fact that Brooklyn has the most talent. I'm not saying they will beat us. I ain't saying they will win the championship. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying two things.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, Brooklyn. I'm saying I'll be surprised if we beat them. I'll be highly shocked. Am I wrong for that? Who on the panel think I'm wrong for that?
What he's basically doing is taking like a no position stance. He's like in the middle of it. He's saying that he wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers do win, but at the same time, he's not gonna say that Brooklyn Nets are gonna beat the Lakers. That's what he's saying.
No, bro, that's not what bro. You just twisted my word. He thinks the Lakers. You twisted what I'm saying, bro.
That's why nobody wants to debate with you, man.
You twisted what I'm saying. I'm saying I'll be surprised for the fact that we don't have half the talent of Brooklyn. So I'll be surprised if we beat them.
That's what I meant.
He got the Nets as the favorite.
If you watch Golden State and Cleveland, who expected in 2016?
Go Mike, hold on, wait. I got a question for you though. I don't understand why you saying this. I done seen you. Didn't you either McDuff and somebody else on why the Nets will lose in the playoffs?
Why you
got them two before they got Blake and LaMarcus?
Man?
I ain't
okay. What happened? Did the Nets fix their problems with Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge?
SB, I can break it down to you, SB. I can break it down to you. In 2016, right? In 2016, who expected Cleveland to come back? Who expected Cleveland to win in 2016? Who?
You missed the whole argument. We're not. Don't answer
SB, this is what I'm saying.
Don't answer that.
I'm not saying they're gonna win. I'm not saying Brooklyn's gonna win.
Don't answer.
SB.
Who is this red pill again?
Oh my God! This nigga got
Oh shit!
Hey, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill out.
Making Smurfs.
Go.
That's how you know. We got Gold Mike targeted for the next now.
Oh Lord.
Now hold on.
Red pill. We know that's you. So that ain't Lamont.
No, that's not me, man. What are you talking about?
That's Lamont. No, it ain't.
Yeah, that's Lamont, bro.
No, it's not.
Why would I make a second account, man?
It's a fake.
We're gonna wait to see when he say something. That ain't Lamont because his picture ain't the same.
FYI Fred's in the chat too. FYI Fred.
Hey, take him off.
Hey, if this Lamont for real, then FYI Fred pop up. Lamont FYI Fred.
It's Lord Ninja, bro. It's Lord Ninja.
Oh, he said this is Lamont. Oh. Why your picture look like that, man?
You know I didn't get cooked by Gold Mike. He's arguing for the next now.
No, shit. So hold on, Go Mike. Cause Go Mike. Hold on, Go Mike. Let me say this.
Y'all see my baby saying that?
Nah, Go Mike.
Is a fucking bandwagon Nets fan now all of a sudden, man.
What did I say was bad, nigga?
Hold on. Y'all cut me off. Hold on,
One at a time, y'all.
Go ahead.
Y'all cut me off.
Oh, that's big chest.
Oh my
So
god.
Here go
hold on.
bees. Bees
So
in
let
the
me say.
chat.
So let me say this real quick, right? Salute the bees. So you
What up,
pick.
bees?
You pick. So
Hey,
basically,
man,
you
get
pick.
close again.
He said,
So
"Geotag
go,
that
Mike.
nigga."
So basically, you pick the Nets now to win the championship because they got Marcus
That's not
Aldridge.
what I said. That's not
No,
what
let
I
me. Don't
said.
call me. Please
It's
stop
That's
cutting me
not
bees.
off.
what I
Please
said.
stop.
What are you
Please
Let him
stop cutting me
finish.
off.
You
Let him
twisted my
talk,
Please
y'all.
stop
words,
cutting me
nigga.
off,
Let go,
yo.
Mike explain himself.
Please stop cutting me off, my nigga. Like stop. Like
Don't
stop
twist
that
my
shit.
words, nigga. You twisted my words
Nigga,
around, nigga.
I'm not twisting my words or nothing. Nigga, you cut me
Around.
off.
You're not
Stop
doing
cutting me
that.
off.
You're
Stop
not
cutting me
doing
Cut
off,
you
it.
up
yo.
when you
Hey,
got
yo,
him
stop cutting me off, my nigga.
Hey, let you go
Stop
first,
cutting me
then go,
off.
Mike. You go next.
Like,
Good.
chill out
One
with
at a
that shit,
time.
yo.
One at a
Go,
time,
Mike.
y'all. Don't
Shoot
go
your
to
shot.
after they finish their point, bro.
Go,
Don't
Mike.
cut nobody
Let's
off.
finish.
Let them finish
hold
their
on.
point, then go.
But it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You talking about you picking Brooklyn now because they got
You
more
trying
talent.
not to make sense of it, nigga.
Go, let them
It
finish,
don't
y'all.
make it don't make
No,
sense because
no, Tree.
Go Mike pick the Nets to beat the Nets to lose against the Lakers when the Nets the whole season had more talent than the Lakers. So why you change your stance now when the whole season the Nets had more talent than the Lakers? So that don't make any
Because they got
sense.
even
Is
more
it my
talent,
turn
bro.
yet?
That
God
don't make
Is
no
it
He
my
said that
turn
sense.
before
yet?
the
Wait till he
nigga
finishes his
get bro.
point. Then y'all can go one at a time. So he
I'm
everybody
done. That
point.
don't make no sense.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
because they
I'm gonna
got
come in
even
here
more
now.
talent,
I'm gonna come
true.
cook you through the king. I'm gonna cook you right now. When the season first started, the Brooklyn Nets were not more talented than the Lakers when the season
You
first
fucking
started.
liar.
All
You
they
lying.
had, hold on, time out. It was even playing field. It was Kyrie and KD. Oh, hold on,
Fucking
time out.
liar.
Time
You're a
out.
liar.
Hold on. SB.
Now who
Let
cutting
him
who
finish.
off?
Hold on, wait. Let him
You mean
finish.
to
Let
tell
him
me?
finish. Let him
Nigga.
go Mike finish and then
Y'all
go.
mean to tell me when the season first started, it wasn't even?
It
What y'all
wasn't even.
talking about?
It wasn't even.
It
You
was
said so.
Who
even.
was
That
up?
was
Who was
Kyrie.
up? Who had
That
more
was
talent?
wasn't even.
LeBron and AD. It
You
was
had
even.
what?
It was Kyrie and it was Kyrie and KD versus LeBron and AD. It was even.
It
No,
was
the fuck
even.
was
It was
not
even
even.
playing field.
How
Y'all
was it
got
not
chill
even,
out,
True?
bro.
No, let you
How
go.
was it?
Mike.
Let me answer, True.
Go
Look,
ahead,
look,
Bees. Let Bees go,
It was
Bees.
look.
two superstars.
No, it's not. You looking at superstars and trying to say shit was. Brooklyn had the most talented roster from start, and then they're gonna still have the most talented roster at the finish. If you go back and you look at those rosters, Brooklyn's roster was the most talented
Oh
in
yeah,
the
you right.
league
My bad.
at
I
the start of the
misspoke.
season. It wasn't even.
Because it was deeper, yeah.
It wasn't even.
I'm talking about as far as
But it
superstars
was
go.
nigga.
Let's break it down. Let's break
I'm
it
talking
down.
about
B.
superstars
And
points.
if you go in terms of superstar,
Oh, that's.
if you say superstar, it wasn't even with the superstars. The Lakers had the advantage.
They got the better players, but I'm talking about as far as stars goes.
No. You're now you're switching up your conversation.
That's what
extreme.
I meant.
If you say who's the deepest team, it was Brooklyn. If you go to say who had the better two superstars, it was LA.
Bees. It was a more even playing field when it first started, though.
No.
Yeah, it was, dude.
Look, Brooklyn had the best talent. LA had the two better stars. Because if you stack KD up with Kyrie and you put him against AD and Kyrie, he gonna lose. And he knows that.
AD and LeBron.
And
He knows that.
Bees, let me ask you this. They saying I'm crazy because I said if the Lakers beat this Brooklyn team, I said I'll be surprised if LA can beat Brooklyn. And they said I was crazy for saying I'll be surprised.
No,
Bees, another point. Hold on, wait. There's another thing. We got off topic because they being Bron sexuals. It wasn't supposed to be about LeBron versus KD. It was about.
Can we go?
Hold on, wait. Can I say
always
what
coming down
to
the best
let me
player,
finish. Let me finish. My whole point of this was that why super teams are bad, but you're trying to crucify LeBron and KD, but super teams allegedly, which is not true, been going on for the longest time. Why don't they do that to any other player down the league?
Yeah, and that's why I had told you that earlier before, man. When you put the word super team, it's just negative connotation to LeBron.
It's disrespectful.
It's all they're doing is downplaying him because they've been in existence since basketball's being played professionally. These dudes is getting paid. The owners can go out and get every player that they want. They all professionals. That's why you can't be mad at what KD's doing. You can't be mad that he's assimilating talent. I don't got no problem with what KD doing. Is it unfair? No. Each team has $139 million. Make the right fucking decision.
Make the right moves.
Right? So, but here's my problem with it though. Most of the people today arguing have been criticizing LeBron for 10 years for this. Now they okay with it. So
I don't think they okay with it. I think they crucifying KD. I'm like,
well, I'm saying, I'm talking about haters. That's who I'm talking about. Now, people today, they don't like it because they don't think it's fair. But I could tell you that if I'm Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, I believe we not greater than LeBron, but together we can maybe almost equal him. But when you start adding Kyrie and Kevin Love and other players, maybe they felt the same kind of way. I don't know. It's professional basketball. Get who you get and let's play.
That's part of the game, man. Like,
part of the game. Like that's part of the objective. You know,
because you got some owners out here that ain't ever gonna spend in the luxury tax. They don't care if they win or lose. They just want to fill them stadiums and sell products.
Especially in the playoff time. And that's when they really make their money. So in the playoff time.
Yeah, that's what about the small market teams that don't get the superstars and don't get the super teams?
What about them? Hold on, Drew. Let me ask them. When did you become the dude that made everything even? Mac Def, let me ask you a personal question. How much money you make a year, sir?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Okay, fine. But do you see Kevin Durant or LeBron James or Michael Jordan worried about what the fuck you make? You think they worrying if your job situation is fair to the next nigga or not? Why the fuck we worried about them?
We talking in terms of the NBA.
We
and
talking
the demographics.
in terms of white supremacy and what we've been fed. People got a problem because a black man is choosing his own destiny. Fuck that. I ain't gonna get it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying on that. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But I'm not speaking to that part of the conversation. I'm not speaking to that part of the subject.
You can't speak to it any other way, bro. Because KD's doing what's best for him. I ain't gonna criticize.
But it's not all the elite that are mad at LeBron for being a black man for choosing where he want to go and for the players to get their leeway to choose. It's not just the elite. The players, there are players in the league that are mad about what's going on, not because LeBron is doing it, it's because of the other small market teams. If you get drafted by Memphis, if you get drafted by New Orleans, if you get drafted by the Sacramento Kings,
you just said the key word, bro. What profession in the world do you have to go work for somebody without your decision?
Exactly.
That's
if you say, hold on.
White supremacist thought, bro.
There's a whole bunch of people who don't want to work at their job.
Hey, bro, that's fine. That's their choice.
You can say this is a free country, and you can say we don't have to do this, but that's cap. You have to get up and go to work and get money.
You show me one person that when they was ready to go to work, got their job picked for them, didn't have to fill out no application, didn't make the decision to take the job they took, and didn't make the decision to stay in a job,
bro. That's why you can't get in.
That they don't like.
But that's everybody. Everybody's forced to make money.
Look, bro.
Everybody is forced to fill out that weak ass application to get that weak ass 9 to 5. You're forced to do that. It's not that it's a decision. It's a decision that you're forced to do. What LeBron is doing is great because nobody's forcing his hand. He makes his own boss moves.
Not true. Not true.
LeBron does make his own boss moves. Are you serious?
LeBron went to Cleveland. Why? Because he had to. Even though he grew up there, why did he play at Cleveland? Because they picked
He was
his
drafted
ass.
by them.
He was drafted, yeah. He couldn't do nothing about it.
No, he said when he went back to Cleveland.
No, that was his
Come
own
on, Jerry. Come on, general sense, man.
That's his own personal decision. See, when the rules got to where he was allowed to make his own decision, that's when the haters came out.
I understand that.
That's my problem with the whole thing. I told you, I've said on here many times, the actual move to Golden State, I don't got no problem with KD. My problem with KD is that that's the niggas that beat him.
That's the niggas that beat him. Yeah.
That's my problem too. I don't care if I went to.
I don't care where he goes. He a grown ass man. He can make his own decisions, and we all should support that. Because as black men, we all need to be doing that.
Yes, sir.
I feel you, and I get that point of the game. That takes time, especially for the lower class. When you talk about LeBron, that's an elite class.
Bro, we all are in life where we have.
Yeah, we should strive for that.
No, bro,
we're talking about in general.
We're in life where we are right now. Each one of us, we've made the decision to fucking be there.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you make a decision, bro, there's consequences. You may not see them. You may not see them right off.
I agree with you on that.
There's consequences. What I was saying for these athletes is they don't have no choice. The only choice LeBron's had in his career has been when he a free agent. The only choice Kevin Durant's had in his whole career is when he's a free agent. They don't get to choose where they go. They don't get to choose who they play with. They don't get to, most of them,
who they're drafted by.
Ultra stars. They don't even get to pick their coaches.
Yeah, I get that point. I agree with you. What I'm saying, according to the topic, is super teams bad for the league?
No, there's
always. And I was stressed that what about the small market teams that these superstars do not?
Let me ask you.
You know what?
Small market teams only there to fill.
I feel sorry.
Well, if that's the case, then why don't you just remove all the small market teams and just make the teams?
No, I feel sorry.
Teams,
no, MacDef, I feel sorry for that billionaire that owned the Charlotte Hornets. I feel sorry for the billionaire that owned the San Antonio Spurs. I feel sorry for the billionaire.
It's not the billionaire. It's not the billionaire. It's
the
fans. It's the people. If you live in a certain area and you have a basketball team in that demographics, no superstar is going to come. Like when OKC got drafted, Kevin Durant and Westbrook and Harden, that was a small.
Not
OKC is a small market.
It's not that no
area.
Superstar is going to come there. It's that the owners of those small market teams don't have a history of spending money.
Let me answer that.
Nobody wants to go to Indiana.
Let me answer the small markets. Cause last time I checked,
ain't never good.
Last time I checked, right, when it comes to small markets,
nobody wanted to come to Giannis neither.
Hold on. Let me say this, right. Last time
or
I
LeBron
checked,
in
right?
Cleveland.
Hold on. When it comes to small markets, right?
Because
Chicago was always one of the biggest markets in the United States.
No.
Yeah.
No,
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Okay.
As far as basketball,
but Chicago is a location of a big market.
That's my point though. They became a bigger market because they started doing the right moves.
Yes.
Chicago is a big ass place.
No, but it wasn't a big NBA market, bro.
Detroit, like I said, Detroit.
But if you got enough, if you got the market, you can, if you got the market, you can, and your team good enough, the money just comes.
The city of Chicago always been making money.
That ain't gonna happen for no Utah.
But now it is now. Look, Chicago is a top 5 market in the country. But it wasn't always like that.
Hold on. Let me make this point. Let's take Milwaukee, right? Let's take Milwaukee. They had an opportunity to get Bodon. They chose not to spend the money, did they not?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what we supposed to say?
And the other dude from Sacramento didn't want to go there in a trade.
Because they wasn't gonna pay him.
And what about Cleveland with LeBron?
They wasn't gonna pay him.
Nobody wanted to go there.
No, they wasn't gonna pay, bro. And you know what LeBron did when he came back, MacDev? He made sure that he got it in writing that dude was willing to go into luxury tax.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And he went into luxury tax every year LeBron went back.
Correct.
And I guarantee you won't see him go back in that luxury tax because this is a business, bro. Jeannie Buss can go into luxury tax. Her whole job is the Lakers. If the Lakers don't do well, she ain't making no money.
Mm-hmm.
These other owners, they got other businesses. They just want to take money out this shit. They ain't trying to put money in it.
I'm gonna give you another example, right? Dallas to Dallas, right? Dallas. Look what Mark Cuban did. People look what Mark Cuban did to Dallas.
Look. Bodon was traded, and they did tamper with him. But Bodon wanted 4 years, $72 million. The Bucks was not going to give him that. That's why he said no.
Who's Bodon?
Bees. Somebody in the chat said he was traded against as well. Oh
no, he wasn't. He was a fucking restricted free agent. He had to agree to the contract you were offering. So
who said that?
When he was a restricted free agent, which meant he could go on the market. They traded him, right? They were going to trade him. But guess what? He's got to agree to the terms of the contract. So you don't think his agent knew what the fuck was going on? You don't think that the Kings told his agent, hey, we're going to put you in a trade to Milwaukee, and you need to call them to find out what you can be signed for? You don't think that was told to him? But once that number came in, he said, hell no. And
that's
the Hawks,
when they did the deal to Atlanta.
And the Hawks stepped right in. Yeah. They trade his ass the same way, or they signed him. I don't even remember which one it was, but they gave him what he wanted. The Lakers tried to get him, but they couldn't pay him what he wanted.
No, I get what you're saying as far as the players not having much
Come
of
on,
a
man.
choice. And I agree with you on that. My thing is on that stuff, Bees. The league is competitive and more parity today is because of the small market teams are competitive. When you look at Portland, they're competitive. They're going to the playoff. Milwaukee, a small demographic, they're going to the playoffs. They're competitive. There's other teams. New Orleans is trying to get there. That brings more parity to the NBA. If we're only gonna have 2 teams, super teams in the league, and the rest of the league, there's no parity. I think
you know what happens.
You know, as long as you got one good team in the East and the West, you're gonna be straight.
Well, you know what happens when you get what you're talking about right now?
In the East and the West, I mean.
You get the Bulls three-peating 2 times in a row when you get parity in the league, because they were the only team at that level.
Every decade has a dynasty. So
we're not.
Every decade has a dynasty.
But
so
whether
you want to say parity in the league, or whether you want to say a super team, every decade had a dynasty.
Not one. They had multiple dynasties. They had multiple.
Those are two different things.
The 90s.
Explain.
Chicago. There was no team that was better, nowhere near the same level as the Bulls in the 90s. At all.
Okay.
At all. That's facts.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Whoa, what you mean?
The Bulls had parity.
What?
The 90s had the most parity in the league.
How are the most parity?
Let him talk.
Take the Bulls out and maybe you can say that.
Hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Come on, man.
In the Western Conference, there was 4 to 5 teams who were championship contenders. In the Eastern Conference, there was 4 teams who were championship contenders.
In the 90s,
those are facts.
No. We knew who was winning the chip when
so
the ball
Shaq
was.
And Penny,
Penny
was not a championship contender.
No.
They beat the Bulls.
Did they get swept? They got swept.
They were champions. So listen. So if you go to the finals, but you're not a championship contender,
No, it doesn't.
Let me say this.
You're gonna if that's you a championship contender if you can contend with the champion. All right.
Go ahead, Lee.
Let Lee talk.
Okay, so two things. So I'm gonna address two things. We're gonna make it quick, and then I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. One, in terms of the small market teams. In terms of the small market teams, I don't care. That's their fault. It's their fault for one not putting an attractive product out on the court, and then when they do, management doesn't want to spend the money, as Bede said, to put a championship contender out there, and they don't want to help the players out, and they're not committed to winning. That's one, so that's their fault. And then on top of the fans who are complaining, they're the ones that keep going to the games and spending money in the first place. So that's number one. Number two, in terms of parity, look, my mom doesn't watch a lick of basketball, but when I was a year old, my mom told me this years ago. From 1991 on, she doesn't watch a lick of basketball, but she knew from 1991 on, unless Michael Jordan retired, the Chicago Bulls were winning the NBA title every year, and no one else had a chance. So this parity crap is not true.
It was favorites every year.
And then I heard this on Undisputed one time from I guess Skip Bayless and Rob Parker. That's another discussion for another day. But they talked about
had to be a long time ago if Rob was on that bit.
Hold on, they talked about how the Chicago Bulls, how Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and all of them always faced resistance in the 90s. No, they didn't. I'm gonna tell you the 3 times they faced resistance. 1992 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Knicks, that went 7. 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Magic, but they lost. And then the 1998 Eastern Conference finals against the Pacers, that went 7, and they won. Other than that, when did they face resistance? Everyone knew if they were going to the NBA, everyone knew they were going to the finals, and they were winning. So I don't want to hear that bull crap.
Just because Michael Jordan was the favorite doesn't mean they didn't face resistance.
No, they did not face resistance those 3 times. What are you talking about? Anyways,
check the games. That's all you got to do. You're right. Just because they were the favorite don't mean they didn't face resistance. But guess what? You got to watch the game and you don't see no resistance, man.
Hold on, Renegade. And on top of that, going back to this super team crap.
Did he sweep the finals?
Anytime. It doesn't matter.
No game 7.
What
the shit, bro?
So anyway,
if you see the Warriors didn't face no fucking resistance from LeBron. Jordan had resistance.
Stop. Let them finish, y'all. One at a time. Let them finish.
So then, anyways, I'm just gonna ignore that. So, anyways, SB and B's. Back to the other. Back to what I was gonna say about super teams. Anytime I hear super teams, that for whatever reason that attributes to one man who's still playing today. There's always super teams. It's so funny when people complain about LeBron. Wait a second. The Celtics, first of all, in the 60s, in the 50s, 60s, mainly in the 60s, going to the early 70s, the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers were going to win the NBA Finals. Nobody else had a chance. 70s, that was real parity because I think 9 different teams won an NBA title in the 70s. The 80s, it was the Celtics and the Lakers that had a chance. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you had your Sixers who won the 1 year. Pistons won in 89. But other than that, it was the Celtics. It was the Celtics and the Lakers. The 90s, it was the Bulls. And then 2000s, the early 2000s, 2002, it was the Lakers. And everyone knew the Lakers were going to win.
And the Spurs.
And then the Spurs. But then the Spurs, to an extent, yes. But every single decade, with the exception of the 70s, has always had super teams. It just became a problem when LeBron decided, you know what? I'm not letting.
It's the term that existed.
I'm not letting owners and GMs dictate where I play, who I play with, and on top of that, I'm going to dictate my destiny instead of these owners and these GMs. And they're all these old school, old heads got upset because LeBron controlled his own destiny.
I'm not mad at that.
No, not you, Mac Def, but a lot of people were upset that LeBron left Cleveland the first time. There's people who are still upset to this day that he left the first time. It's like, I'm an unrestricted free agent. I am an unrestricted free agent. I served my 7 years of service. Get over it.
No, it ain't that there. It's and you heard the term. Well, Mike didn't do that. Well, Kobe didn't do that.
They didn't have to.
No, they followed the script. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to say the right things. He's supposed to do the right things. He's not supposed to show you and me like he's showing you right now. You can be a mogul.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be willing to put the work in behind the scenes. So he ain't just shooting jumpers. He putting work in behind the scenes.
And you're absolutely right, because
he's showing all of us. He's an example. But they don't want you to believe that man, that you can do what that man does.
That's right.
They want you to stay on the track that you're on.
That's right, Bees. And then that's why you also told me a couple of days ago that once this collective bargaining agreement ends and once LeBron retires, the NBA is going to try to put a stop to all this.
They gonna try to fucking nip this in the bud.
Absolutely.
To add on to what you're saying, though, Bees, the old heads and the dudes from back in the day, they don't respect LeBron because of the difference with how he handled his situation compared to Kobe and Mike. Kobe and Mike was blessed to be in a large market and stuff too. Knowing
Look, bro,
that,
I'm gonna tell you what Mike did is undersell himself. Mike was making $2 million a year.
$2 million.
Right? And that's what people want LeBron or KD or Kyrie or any of these dudes today go and do.
I don't think people are mad
that's not what I'm
about the money. When they talk about legacy,
no, there's some people who are jealous. I didn't mean to cut you off, Mac. There are some. There is not maybe not a large segment, but there are a segment of people who do complain about the money the NBA players make, and I just say screw you.
If it is, I still would say that it's pertaining to a legacy part. So when Jordan says they didn't have to get it from the mud like me, he's not specifically talking about money. When Charles say it was different in the 80s, they're not specifically talking about the money situation. They're not mad at players getting money. They're mad as far as legacy wise that hey, it was different back in the 80s. The rules were different, and when you making all this money and then you're actually forcing your hand and making boss moves, you have to win because we didn't get that opportunity.
McDowell. That's your opinion. That's your opinion, and you're putting it on Charles because Charles did that very thing. Charles did.
No, he came out and said
exactly what LeBron is doing. Charles did that shit in the 90s. The players in the 80s paved the way for what LeBron is doing today.
Not even that. Oscar Robertson did. Listen, Oscar Robertson started free agency. Like, anybody could have been.
Crazy,
anybody could have been.
Hey, King, didn't Kareem force him to LA?
Hey, look, hold on, wait, Bees, hold on, wait, Bees, hold on, wait, y'all. Bees is the biggest Kareem fan in here. He know Kareem a lot. Bees, tell me who's on Kareem team when he's with the Bucks, and then tell me who he got when he went to the Lakers.
He upgraded huge, right?
But wasn't it still good though with the Bucks, right?
Well, yeah, he won that title, right? He had Oscar Robertson. He was deteriorating, but hold on, 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. But the whole point of this though, he had Oscar Robertson, had a decent little team, then left, got Magic, Worthy, and I feel like I'm missing somebody else. But then
Byron Scott.
Michael Cooper. He got traded to the Lakers like team. 70. He got traded to the Lakers, what, 76, 77?
But look, and then look.
It was 76.
76.
Yeah, 76. He didn't have them players. But here's the point. The point is this, right? You've been had player freedom, but LeBron James exercised it. All the other people didn't. That's really what it is. Oscar Robertson started free agency. He pushed free agency. Matter of fact, he was been doing it. They've been with pushing free agency for a long time, right? For player rights. It's just the fact that LeBron exercised it and knew his rights.
and drop the hammer on him.
And then go off the script. And then go off the script. People forget Michael Jordan was close to going on the Knicks because he didn't get paid. This is what B was saying, that Michael Jordan was getting paid $2 million a year. He woke up later in his career talking about, listen, I'm worth more than this. So let me talk to the Knicks. The Knicks offered me a contract.
Plus.
Knicks offered me a contract. Hey, Bulls, what y'all gonna do? Because y'all ain't gonna pay my money. I'm going to New York.
But true. They also envy LeBron because he was the one to achieve that elusive title that the Karl Malones couldn't get, and the ones that Charles Barkley couldn't get too. LeBron was successful in doing it because those dudes was ring chasing. They just didn't come out the ring. That's why they hate.
Yeah, but they did it at the end.
Right.
Because Charles Barkley,
it don't matter how you
that's why they hate on LeBron because he was able to win.
You did.
Charles Barkley did the same thing, and he out here talking about LeBron like he didn't do what
Mac
LeBron
did. If you want to lead, if you want to ask me, other than being a great player, what LeBron James' legacy is, he made these GMs start doing their fucking job.
Yep. Right.
Right. If you David Griffin down in New Orleans and you don't get your shit together, Zion's walking away.
Yep.
In 7 years.
He's holding him accountable. That's what he's doing.
Correct.
See, if you go back and you look at Anthony Davis, look what they did for 7 years of his career down there.
Nothing.
We understand that. I don't think LeBron's going to change the
hold
GM.
up, bro. You
see
that?
Not nothing but injuries. They did their thing.
You gloss over that by saying we understand that. But no, you don't understand it because now that social media and these talk shows are full force and they get to come on TV every day and talk about you, man, them dudes ain't finna take that. They ain't gonna take that.
After I said I understand that, I said right after that, LeBron is not going to change the GM's minds and how they operate. LeBron is lead GM. He's doing.
No, that's he's not a GM. He's a player.
He's not going to change the NBA.
Superstars happy so that they don't leave him.
Hey, bro.
LeBron is not going to change the way the NBA operates.
Why did Brooklyn hire Steve Nash?
Why did they hire him? I don't know.
You would never hire him. If you looked at that from a business perspective, the man's got no experience.
They hired him for KD and Kyrie.
Because KD said hire him.
Okay.
That's why they hired him. They could walk all over his ass.
So, superstar. So you don't.
Why did James Harden get out of the Rockets? Because he said he wanted out. See, these dudes now understand they leverage. They now understand where they at. Mike and them started this. They just took it to a new level.
Mike's dynasty was broken up because of this.
Look, bro, Mike's dynasty was broken up because Scottie Pippen wasn't gonna come back.
Come on,
they were gonna fire
Jerry Krause.
No, bro, they were getting rid of the coach. They weren't bringing Phil Jackson back, but they could not talk Scottie in the stand. He wanted nothing to do with the Bulls.
He wanted the money. That's what he wanted.
Right.
Why shouldn't he?
He signed a whack ass contract.
Hey, bro.
The thing with the players and general managers has been going on for years.
MacDev. Hey, when that brother hurt his back, why shouldn't money be his most important objective?
And he still helped them win. He was out there in game six with an effed up back, playing his heart out.
We understand.
Yeah, he couldn't even.
Mike, come on, man.
Come on. I give credit to what LeBron and these players are doing, but that's only a handful of players that have that leverage.
Not true.
That's not true. Man.
That's
true
to an extent, McDuff. But still, even in the lower markets, like a Sacramento team, all you got is the Aaron Fox. So you got to do whatever the Aaron Fox needs and wants you to do. Same thing with Charlotte Hornets. You got LaMelo as a bright spot and a diamond in the rough. If y'all let LaMelo go and stuff, like y'all barely attract free agents as it is now. Y'all lose those talents. Y'all going back to rebuild mode.
Hey,
it goes back to what Dean said. Some of these owners and general managers don't care.
No, why do you think Dame hasn't left Portland?
Because he's loyal.
He's loyal.
No,
he chose that.
No, bro.
It has nothing to do with the general manager.
Team, he would stay there.
It's because Portland made it a point to take care of him. They take care of him at every fucking point. He got no reason to leave. He living his best life right here in Portland. See, if these small market teams take care of the people, who bring in their cash,
Mm-hmm.
they ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he have around him?
Right.
What?
And what does he have
Portland gonna have
around
to
him?
trade him
Doesn't
for that
matter
What
cash.
free
what he
agent is
has
going to go
around.
there?
See, on one hand, you say we don't want super teams, and then on the next hand, you say, well, Dame don't got nobody around him.
But he knows that he's gonna be at a disadvantage because he plays
You
in
make
Portland.
no
Listen,
You
sense.
can't have
if
it both.
there's
You can't have
super
it both
if there's
ways.
Nobody's
super
out.
You
teams,
can't have it
there's
both
No,
going to
that's
ways.
be
not.
players
You
left
saw
out.
you
Like
saw
There's
what
going to be
for
Steve
great
said.
players left
LeBron don't
out.
get
One
nobody to
last
Cleveland.
thing.
Damian
One
Lillard, Chris
last
Paul
thing.
not getting
Can
nobody.
Stephen
somebody?
A. Mac Duff.
One last thing. Can somebody mention Charles Barkley? I'm gonna just throw this in there. He forced a trade twice in the '90s. Twice. But yeah, he complains about LeBron being an unrestricted free agent leaving.
Look, everybody that has a problem with LeBron, you talking out the side of your fucking mouth if Dame Lillard ain't your man. Because Dame Lillard is doing what you want. Getting it out the mud. Well, guess what? Mud don't always fucking come off.
He
That's a
might
good.
not have
That's a
no rings
bar.
by the time it's all said and done.
Muddy shoes, heavy than
That's
a
a bar.
motherfucker.
That's a bar right
You know what I'm
there.
saying? So if you got a
Correct.
problem with what KD do, LeBron do, then you best be fucking holding Damon Lillard to the heaven
Accountable.
and
Correct.
Love
stop
Dame.
complaining about what he don't got. Because on one hand you saying, "Oh, we don't want super teams." Well,
Right, because he ain't getting it.
that's
All
what
right.
non-super teams
AB,
look like, bro.
AB.
Yeah, but there's. Go ahead, man.
Let me hear
Go
you
ahead.
rap, B. You
I
got
don't rap.
bars, B.
Hey,
Let
bro.
me hear you rap,
Chill.
B.
Nigga
I
say,
Hey,
rap.
yo,
Stop
yo,
the
chill out.
conversation. Stop
Chill
the
out. Chill out, bro, Mike. Chill out, man.
I rap one time a year, nigga, and that's at Christmas time when I rap my
so
gifts to my
y'all
daughter.
think so even though there's been
Hello,
super
B.
teams,
What up,
even
man?
though there's been super teams, I want to pose this question. Even though we know that there's been super teams, do you guys think the NBA as a whole is better with super teams or with more parity?
Better with super teams, bro.
Better super teams. They make more money.
Well, my question is, what is parity, dude? Because you can have great teams that have parity. So what that
Shooter King,
mean,
let me
like?
answer. Shooter King, let me answer that. The one time there was true parity all across the board in the NBA was the 1970s, and all their
Right.
games were on tape delay. I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
Nobody
That's
wasn't
the most
watching it.
parity. You are never going to get more parity than that because of the circumstances during that time. We had two professional leagues at the time. And you got the best players on both the leagues. You know what I mean?
I got a question for everybody on the panel right now. Last year was probably the most
That's
balanced.
not true. The
Last
90s,
last season was probably the most balanced of teams we had. And I don't hear not one person say
Wow.
last year was the best season in the NBA we had in a long time.
There
Nobody
was a lot
says
of parity. There was a lot of parity.
but nobody brags about last year though. So
Everybody
there were
had
parodies.
Everybody had
Nobody
about two
cares.
stars on each team. You had John Wall
But
and
nobody
Bradley Beal.
cares.
You had Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, Kawhi and PG, LeBron and AD.
Man, John Wall ain't playing.
But still,
If the pandemic didn't happen, the playoffs would have been way better.
No, they wouldn't.
There was parity because everybody knew it was like, okay, every team
Back
has
up.
two superstars.
I don't care what you say. The Lakers was winning the chip last year. They was the best out of the group, the best team because you playing
They were picked.
You playing a 7-game series, bro. The best team is going to win 99.5% of the time. You can't fluke that shit because it's 7 games, bro.
Yeah.
You got to win 4 times. You can't fluke that shit. And
We
every
understand.
time you tell me there's been parity in the league, whether it be in one conference or the other conference, I'll show you a league dominated by the best team in the league. If you go back and you say, well, Magic lost 4 times, didn't he lose 4? He 5-4, right, in the finals?
Right.
Yeah, he 5-4.
But nobody's ever said anything about Magic's losses, have they? You know why?
Nope.
Because they came to another super team.
Yep.
You ain't gonna go through the 80s and just dominate and win 3-4 titles. You ain't gonna do that. The other teams of the other side was too good. So when you can win multiple titles like that, that means there's nobody on your level.
Yeah.
I think that the 80s had 2 dynasties. I don't think there was a lot of parity.
They had 3, bro.
There wasn't it wasn't no parity in the 80s.
You full of shit.
What?
No, the Eastern Conference, was way better. Magic Johnson was facing teams with losing. Hold on, Magic Johnson was facing teams with losing records in the Western Conference Finals. Am I lying?
Look, bro, let me ask you this, MacDell. Are you arguing about regular season? Are you arguing about playoffs and titles?
Parity. I'm arguing about that's regular season and playoffs.
Wow,
There's no parity. There's no parity in the league. If Magic Johnson, hold on, if Magic
I gotta
Johnson,
make this point, and then I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I gotta take my daughter somewhere. SB, I want you on for this. And True, answer me this question. Have you heard anybody say a word about Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay and making a super team?
That's a difference. That a super team in football? Come on now. That's not a super team.
No, you still
hold on. You're talking about parity.
They had more talent.
They had more talent than anybody. He went down
parity.
there. He recruited people to that team. And I ain't heard one person say, "Oh, that's foul what Tom Brady just did." He got
because it's football. That's a different sport.
You talking about
and he had 6 championships without a super team. Whatever.
Let me say this. This is where you're wrong at, though, right? You talking about parity, right? The 80s had parity, though. What are you talking about? That's parity.
No, they did not.
How did not parity?
Yes, what are you talking about?
Let me. I'm gonna tell you why.
No. You can't. How is not parity when you had 3 dynasties? What are you talking about?
Because in the Western Conference, Magic had no competition. He was facing teams with losing records.
You're right.
In the Western Conference Finals, not just in the playoffs. The Western Conference Finals.
You're right. You're right. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But you know how many other teams that was great in the 80s?
Besides in the East?
Okay.
It don't matter. They in the league.
So that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, MacDell.
You can't have it both. Mike Jeff, you don't even make any sense.
What you want to do? You want to take all the players, group them in the field, and say, "You on this team, you on this team, you on this team, you on this team."
Come on, dog. You sound foolish. You sound foolish, dude.
No, in the 80s, the Eastern Conference.
MacDell, why do you think one conference is always superior to the other?
You would never.
It wasn't like that in the 90s.
No. Why do you think one conference is always superior to the other?
Because it's parity in that conference.
No, you don't.
But it doesn't mean in the NBA.
No, it's because the better teams get the lower draft picks. The higher draft picks. So
Mac, somebody said Mac Deffin here cooking.
Yeah.
So you're
exactly
right. What you said.
So if you go back and you look at the East that you've called weak and the LeBron has dominated, but guess what they've been doing the last 10 years? Stockpiling talent. And pretty soon, the East is going to become the better conference, and the West ain't going to have no talent no more. It's cyclical.
You can say that. You can say that right now. You can say that it already happened. To me, there is parity, even with the super teams.
I'm not done talking. It happens in every sport because it's a draft system. The talent is going to be spread from one conference to the next every
Correct. And no expansions and over time it will grow.
So
Correct.
Stop your crying and bitching about something that can't be controlled.
Right. And all that being said, hold on. And all that being said, you still have multiple teams win championships in the 80s. So that don't make any sense.
This has hold on. This right now, the NBA today has parity. Are we going to agree with that? I agree.
What you say?
The NBA today has parity.
Right.
In the West and in the East. To me, it does.
Right.
Okay. Now, why does hold on. It has parity. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, so you're right. Now, how many teams, and there's about 4 teams in the Western Conference that we think are championship contenders. The Clippers.
That's a lie.
The Nuggets. Huh?
The Nuggets?
Yeah. The Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Lakers.
Okay. The Nuggets is nice. The Nuggets definitely make it nice. That ain't
Now in the East, there's 3 or 4 champ. Hold on, in the Eastern Conference, there's 3 or 4 championship contenders: Milwaukee, the Heat,
what's she do?
Brooklyn, and the 76ers. There's parity in the league, not because of record-wise, it's because of championship contenders in both conferences. When you go to the 80s, it was Magic or Bird. And whoever can come out the East, because nobody was fucking with Magic in the West. He went to 9 finals in 10 years.
Right, but you're missing a point. But you forgetting this point though, right? You're forgetting this point. They had to beat the teams in the Eastern Conference.
Okay. But that means that there's parity in the league? No, it doesn't. It means that the Eastern Conference was the beast of the East, and it had the best teams. LA was smashing everybody in the Western Conference. That doesn't mean it was parity in the league as a whole, but we can look at it today and say, damn, the Western Conference got about 3 or 4 teams, and this is a dark horse right there. Don't sleep on, don't sleep on Utah. Don't sleep on Phoenix. The Eastern Conference has about 3 or 4 teams.
Matt Duff, let me ask you a question. Let's ask you a question, Matt Duff. Is the Western Conference is Eastern Conference not separate? You make it seem like the Eastern Conference is a whole nother league or something, dog. The same,
I'm talking about the league as a whole. That's
no,
what
you're
I'm
not.
saying.
You're not, because you're trying to downplay it's not parity. When you're trying to separate it, like it's not parity. They're all important.
There's an Eastern. Hold on, they are separated. There's an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference. They are separated.
Baseball. This is not Major League Baseball. We're not doing that. There are 2 conferences. They're all part of. They're part of the NBA at the end of the day. You can't sit there and do that, yo.
Exactly. They are part of the NBA.
Right, but you can't separate like it's 2 different leagues or something. That's what you're doing.
There's parity in today's league, and I like that. And I'm not mad at the super teams because there's still parity. But if there wasn't any super teams and these small markets had a chance to get 2 to 3 other superstars in their demographic, it would make it even more competitive. Because hold on, because you'll get 50 plus win teams in the 8th seed.
The players,
and that's a fact.
No matter what you say, if the players don't want to play in OKC or Sacramento or Memphis or Charlotte, they're not going to go.
I understand that.
They're not.
And that's their prerogative. And I'm not mad at them for making their choices. I'm not mad at them for making boss moves. I'm just talking as a NBA perspective of demographics in the small markets. To me, the NBA would be better if it had more parity in it. Even in the small markets, if it had stars. If the stars don't want to go there, that's cool. The question is, does super teams kill the NBA or has ruined the NBA? To me, if we're just going off of small market teams, then yes. But if we're going on, has it made it more parity in the league? Then no, it hasn't killed the NBA. But that wasn't the case when Kevin Durant went to Golden State. That wasn't the case when fucking Magic was drafted, because it killed the whole Western Conference. That wasn't the fact when Dennis Rodman came to the Bulls. I'm a Bulls fan. Hell yeah, it was over when we got Dennis Rodman. It would have been over if Michael Jordan never retired. Though certain players do run the fucking league, and if a certain player does get a super team, he does have the potential to make the NBA crumble. That's a fact.
But whole point is that, do you believe super teams run the league?
Oh wait, and I did go ahead and look at the 80s, the Eastern Conference, bro. There's like 4 or 5 years, 5-6 years. There's at least a couple of Eastern Conference teams that made it playoffs or losing record. It wasn't just the West, and it's always been like that. So it's not just a Magic Johnson thing. It's happening in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. I'm looking at the standards in the 80s right now. But we can't make it seem as the Magic Johnson was the only player.
Yeah, because they Lakers still be a team in the
was
East
playing against losing teams in the playoffs. The East was too.
And in the day, Lakers was beating the East in the championship.
Playoffs
So it
with a
don't
losing
matter.
record is rookie first 2 years.
There was not and the 1 year in the 80s where Magic Johnson played, he did not play one team in the playoffs that went 30 and 50, that went 30 and 52. I see that in the East. By guess who?
Yeah, Jordan. He won 30 games and made the playoffs his first 2 years.
Right, but I'm using that against you because you made it seem as if Magic Johnson was playing against that every year, and I'm looking at the stands right now. That's not the case.
All right, how many years, Lee, did Magic Johnson put from 8? I don't want to go through the whole 80s, bro. We know what it was. We know he faced losing teams in the Western Conference Finals. Those are facts.
Somebody else talking in the background. Who's that?
I didn't say that's not the case. I never said that. But I'm saying, don't make it seem as if the Eastern Conference was just so much better when they had losing teams in the playoffs.
But Lee and Mac
they had a
Johnson,
30-win team in the playoffs.
But
the Eastern Conference was better because it had a more stacked teams. When you talk about Boston, Philly, the Atlanta Hawks with Dominique and the Bad Boy Pistons, and then later the Bulls.
But here's the point, though.
What? 39 and 43, 39 and 43, 30 and 52, 35 and 47. Yeah, that's very
it's not. Yeah, but here's the thing, though, right? The whole point is this: the Lakers still had to beat the Eastern Conference team to win a championship, so it doesn't even matter. So that's parity. Doesn't matter who they face. Hey, how is not parity? That's
what does parity to y'all mean?
What's the definition?
Parity means when everything is even, pretty much. Correct?
No, it's not. That's not the definition of parity. So I don't know what you're talking about.
When everything is even or similar, yes.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
When everything is on the same level, yes, it is.
Oh, it's okay.
That's parity. And if you're gonna sit here and tell me when everybody knows the Eastern Conference was better than the Western Conference,
so Lakers,
when you can sit here and say, I understand that. I understand that.
Parity's the state of a condition of where everything is said. Everything is equal. The only time everything in basketball was equal was the
not everything is equal.
It was like 70s, but like
so it's never been clear cut 100%.
Exactly. So there's no parity. Am I right? Am I correct? When you just said the definition and nothing is equal.
You didn't even know that.
The Western Conference was not equal to the Eastern Conference. I just said that.
Don't talk like you knew the definition already. Don't be doing that. Like I don't know why.
I'm talking about that because there wasn't even 100% parity in the 90s. The only time there's clear cut 100% or close to 100% parity in basketball was the 1990s. That was it.
Here's the thing about
Go ahead.
Yes,
okay, so how is not parity?
Nobody repeated as back-to-back champs.
Right, but here's the thing about the parity. But hold up, here's the thing about the parity, right? How is not parity when so the Lakers wasn't even great team so the Lakers wasn't a great team compared to the Eastern Conference team. So how that's not parity?
The Lakers was a great team compared to the Eastern Conference.
Hold on. Matter of fact, how many? So it was. So out of all the teams in the East, hold on. Let me say. So because I could be wrong. Out of all the teams in the East, only the Eastern Conference only got 5 championships in the 80s. Right.
I'm counting championships. I'm counting.
Right. Hold on. But the Lakers got 5 championships in the 80s.
You're counting.
So that's not parity. Not parity.
That's what you're counting championships. I'm counting teams. And out of those 5,
only one team won a championship.
Out of those 5 championships that the Eastern Conference got, 3 different teams got those championships.
But hold up. But how that's not parity when it's all said and done,
and
it was split down the middle. Right. And all that being said, right, it was split down the middle when it comes to conference who won the championship in each conference, right or wrong.
You guys are counting championships, not the team.
Only one team
Name
win
me
a
another
championship.
great team in the Western
Hold
Conference in the
on.
East.
You mentioned teams. Only one team can win a championship, right or wrong.
That's facts.
Okay, but you're mentioning teams, so that's what. Okay, only one team can win a championship.
If we're gonna go by your logic, Mac Def, how many Eastern Conference teams won in the '90s compared to the West?
It was only one team or two teams. The Bulls and the Pistons won in the '90s.
And out of that 10-year span, 7 championships in the East, 3 in the West.
Correct.
So that's parity.
So how's that?
You guys are counting championships. I'm not disagreeing on championships.
Then what are you talking about?
But we're not going to use.
This is my problem.
You're not going to use championships as parity in the league. You cannot do that.
Let me say this.
Isn't that Isn't that the whole goal?
That's a whole.
We understand that, but you guys are counting championships. I'm not disagreeing with you on what you're saying as far as championships, but if you're gonna say that championships, it was 3 in this conference and it was 4 in that conference, that means it's parity. No, look at the teams. If the Eastern Conference had 3 teams, 3 different teams who won the championship, and the Western Conference only had 1 team, that's not parity. That's one team in the West dominating in the East, being a dog fight to see who's gonna win the championship.
Right, but hold up though, I'm confused now because you up here complaining about how small market teams can't compete, whatever case may be, yada yada yada. Oh, the league need to be more competitive, yada case may be, but now championships don't matter.
I didn't say championships don't matter. I didn't say that.
But my point is this: only one team can win it. The whole goal of competitiveness, right, to compete, is to win a championship. That's
true.
That's the reason. Okay, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Every team, listen. The number one goal for team to compete is to win a championship. So what are you saying
exactly?
About? Okay, then. So why don't say we're bringing a championship then? If that's part of parity, that's part of competition. Is winning. Part of competition is winning. That's the point of competing. You compete to win.
Correct. And true to King. If one team has 3 Hall of Famers on it, if one team has 3 Hall of Famers on it, and the West of the Western Conference has 1 All-Star on their team, is that parity or is that one team dominating?
No, I'm gonna tell you what that is, because there's plenty of times in the Eastern Conference and in the Western Conference, some of those teams had a chance to draft some of those players in the Lakers, unless they were a number 1 overall pick or number 2 overall pick. They didn't do it. So
I agree with you on that.
I'm not going to blame the Lakers. I'm going to blame the other teams that didn't do their homework.
I'm not blaming the Lakers neither, but I'm spitting the facts that there was no parity in the Western Conference. You could blame it on the players, free agency. You could blame it on the GMs. I'm not arguing about that.
Right, you can
blame it on whatever you want to blame it on, but we're going to recognize that there wasn't parity.
See, now you can say that. Now you can say there was no parity in the West, but don't say the whole league as a whole. That don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. You can say that for a Pacific Conference, okay. That's probably
true.
Now
you want to split. So now you want to split conferences and not say
it's not. No, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
There will never be parity in the league as far as there's as long as there are low market and small market teams. Low market and small market teams have to bank on hitting on their draft picks. Otherwise,
that's correct. I agree with you.
We're talking about parity when the majority of the teams or half the teams had a chance to win a championship or could really compete at a high level. It was the 1970s. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, yeah, but y'all talking about
as far as that, there will never ever really be parity again.
Not going back.
Hold on, but there's a problem when it comes to big market and stuff like that. San Antonio is a small market. Correct. They got more championships than teams that got bigger markets. So what are we talking about?
They banked on it. They hit on the draft picks.
They hit on their draft picks.
What do you mean it don't matter? They don't have the luxury of acquiring big, luring all-time players to their markets. Nobody want to play in San Antonio.
Oh.
And the only time they did in recent time was with Marcus Aldridge, but that's because he still believed in that Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard team. And if he went to that team,
they resigned Tim Duncan, didn't they? They made sure Tim Duncan was happy, didn't they?
he took a pay cut, yeah.
It
But
don't matter.
they won the
They made him happy.
championship. They won
They
the
made
champ.
him happy.
No,
Hold on.
the
They
exception is the
made him
Spurs
happy.
to the Kings. Nobody's signing to New Orleans like that. Nobody's signing to Charlotte. Nobody's signing to Memphis.
Well, then why people sign to Boston then? And Boston's not
because it's a big market.
How many
championship culture.
Hey, bro, if you go bad on that city or your city's team,
hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me say this.
You was not about to say Boston's a small market.
Hold on. Okay. I didn't say it was a small market. My example is it's other people that got big. Chicago a bigger market than Boston. So what are you talking about?
Bro, they about the same, fam.
No, it's not.
No,
they make
Chicago
money
like
out there in Boston
market.
too. Yeah.
No, it's not, dude.
LA, Chicago, New York, and from there you can take your pick. If you want to say Miami, say Miami. If you want to say Philly, if you want to say Golden State now, the Bay Area.
They're not signing to Chicago and Boston like that because of their coaching and their management. That's what it is.
Don't say per se. Don't separate use big markets. Then that's an excuse.
I'm
talking about in favor of not doing their jobs, man. They don't want to sign because they're not doing it. People not doing their job.
No big time free agent signs with the smaller market teams. There will never be parity if no free agents.
No big free agent never signed to a small market team. That never happened.
I'm not saying never, but I'm talking about in today's time, there will never be parity because everybody wants to go to Los Angeles, Miami, Boston, New York, Philadelphia. They don't want to go to
the last one was Boogie, huh?
They don't want to go to New Orleans. They don't want to go to Sacramento.
My brother, with the LeBron avatar or profile pic, you're right.
But Boogie got traded.
But at the same time, it's the players' right. So I don't know why people are complaining. I just don't understand.
No. Hold on, Lee. We're not complaining. We're saying there will never be parity as far as that is considered. The small market teams will always be at a disadvantage from here on out.
That's always been.
They're in a disadvantage, but that's an excuse though. They can do a better job. So that's
excuse. King, you're also right because some of these teams
when they had a team like OKC, they didn't want to pay the players and stuff. These small market teams shoot themselves in the foot. And B said that before he left the panel. He said these small market teams want to be cheap. And even Paul George came out and said that they don't want to pay people because they're afraid of the superstars going out to other big markets and stuff.
So, right, that's true, right? That's true. All that being said, then why is a lot of teams you see that's big markets that's not good and underperforming?
Like who?
That don't make any sense.
Like who?
We're not.
Name some.
Right.
No, you the one who said it. To name it. Prove it.
All right, man. Hold on. So Clippers wasn't it ain't been a terrible franchise for almost the whole time they've been in the NBA. So New York Knicks ain't been trash for 20 years. Okay, that makes a lot. What are you talking about? Okay, shut your channel down. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Knicks has been trash. The Knicks have been relevant in years. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, they were in the
finals. Come on, man. Like you can't have it. Look,
they were playing for championship. What are you talking about?
The Knicks really haven't been the Knicks since probably the 2000-2001 season.
Man, ain't been his name since Patrick Ewing left, man.
They got Melo in 2012 and Amari Stoudemire and Tyson Chandler and stuff. They were
Knicks ain't been the Knicks since Phil Jackson won them two with your boy.
Let's put it. Let's put that in different perspective. First of all, nobody wanted to pay Amari Stoudemire because he came off an injury. Let's not do that. The Knicks was favored to do that because he just came off an injury. Melo was off a trade, and Tyson Chandler was just okay. I give you that, but basically, they all regret their moves at the end of the day. Let's not act like let's be real. So that really hurt. That really hurt the team more than it helped. So don't do that.
You could say that, but those dudes are all stars.
And when it comes to management or in the front office not doing their jobs, Shaq is a perfect example of what I'm about to say. We all saw the 30 for 30 documentary on Orlando Magic, how their front office lowballed Shaq initially, and then by the time they matched the offer of the Lakers, it was too late. I mean, that's a small market team.
Hey, yo, Joe Bar, shut your channel down.
The minute they don't cater and give the world
really had a chance,
talent, they are gone
solidify their franchise, and they failed.
Let's be honest with the small markets and big markets. It's, of course, I would rather go play for LA than
Cleveland.
Memphis. Cleveland or something like that. Everybody will want to be in that market.
That lifestyle, yes.
But the reason it's called a big market is not because of the teams have the same exact salary cap. The reason it's called a big market to little market is because they can make more money outside of basketball.
Facts.
That's why, and that's the demographic and the change and the difficulty that lower markets have compared to the big markets. So a lot of superstars, even LeBron, is not going to go to a small market. He can get paid a max deal and still want to go to a big market. So if the highest paid player in the NBA still wants to go play in a big market, what does that mean for the little market teams who are going to scramble and struggle to try to get an all-star, to try to draft?
They got to rely on the draft.
Hold on. This is Mac Def, answer your question. Mac Def, to answer your question, this is all I have to say. Oh, well. It's been that way forever. It's not changing anytime soon. I don't feel sorry for billionaires.
I'll feel you on that. I feel you on that. But when you say that, and when you say, "Oh well," then that brings my nail to the head. That brings my point to the forefront that it can possibly be bad for the league as a whole. Because
how many small market teams won championships? What are you talking about?
You said what?
Hold on, King.
How many small market teams won championships?
I think in terms of, I get where Mac Def is coming from. I would say this. I think he's right to an extent. He's talking about in terms of the league and in terms of the league in total. When it comes to the small market teams and other small markets who may not necessarily have a team, if they watch the NBA for parity per se, it may not be attractive to them anymore because all the teams are just all the players, the big time players are just neglecting the small to small.
You watched basketball in the 90s, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right, didn't you watch the Charlotte Hornets with Zoe and Warren and Muggsy Bogues?
Hold on, to the King. I will say, in Mac Def, that part I will agree with you because that was an attractive team.
And a small market.
Small market. That part
Orlando was an expansion team, dog, and they was going to the finals with Shaq and Penny.
Because they hit on their draft picks.
Exactly.
What's the argument?
Hold on, to the King. What's the argument? Hold on, Mac Def. I give you Charlotte. I give you Indiana. I'll give you that. But I agree with you to an extent. But I'll also look at it from another perspective in terms of the players, from a basketball standpoint, from a business standpoint. I'm just going to be more successful, or my chances of being more successful in a large market is just greater. So I'm going to the larger market. So I get what you're saying. I agree with you to an extent, but I also agree with the players at the same time.
But that's why
I'm not hating on the players getting their money.
Are large markets: the Boston Celtics, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Chicago Bulls. Who else?
Yeah, the large market got way more championships. We understand. All you got to look at is LA and Boston.
Minnesota ain't never been to the finals.
I mean, to Extreme's point, he said earlier that
you say what killed them, but you say what hurt the league though. When it's like, how is their league when it's been like this? So like,
because about 33% to 50% of the teams are small or medium markets.
Well, here's the thing. With what Extreme said earlier, he mentioned if that's the case for all the big time or the upper echelon or elite players going to big markets, then I've heard this argument before that the Memphis Grizzlies, they should be called the Las Vegas Grizzlies, or the Minnesota Timberwolves, they should be called the San Diego Timberwolves.
Or the time OKC back to Seattle,
which I've always been a proponent of Seattle getting their NBA team back. There was a lot of dirt done behind the Sonics. There's a lot of dirt done behind the Sonics.
Man, the Grizzlies ain't going nowhere. We staying in Memphis, man.
They didn't go to North Dakota, man.
T-Street, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying I've heard T-Streets. I agree with you. I'm just saying I've heard the argument against small market teams that they need to move to big market teams.
Bring him back to Vancouver, man.
I get it.
Bring him back to Vancouver, man.
It's just that I just don't see it changing anytime soon. And Bees is right. Once I don't know when the next collective bargaining agreement
I think around 2024 or something.
You know those owners, they are going to have talks that we're having right now, and they're going to mention small market teams, and then those billionaires get what I put the emphasis on billionaires with the B. They're gonna cry poorhouse and make stipulations to where players are going to try to create loopholes and stipulations to where players will have no choice but to play for a small market team, or stipulation that okay, if you have more than 2 superstars, you can't join them even under the buyout. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I won't be surprised.
Correct.
I won't be surprised.
And this is what I wanted to say to Bees' point when he went to football. Football is parity, period, point blank. That's why nobody tripped with no free agent. Hold on. That's why that's college. I'm talking about in NFL. That there's parity in football in the NFL. That's why nobody trips when Green Bay, they don't get a high-powered superstar free agent, and they got fucking Aaron Rodgers. Nobody trips when nobody wants to go to the Tennessee Titans and play for Tennessee in that market. You know why? Because there's parity. Nobody cares if everybody in they market is doing good as far as being a championship contender or going to the playoffs because there's parity. But in the NBA, you can lose your parity from small market teams, like you guys said, being bad management, fucking up on their draft picks, but it also can be a large part of the players not wanting to go there in super teams forming. That has an ability to kill the NBA parity and make super teams seem bad to the outsiders. That's my point.
Is it Renegade?
So Mac Def. So if you let's say this. So let's say starting officially on the beginning in the 2021-22, and let's say there's a new collective bargaining agreement, and you are the commissioner. What would you do to address these issues with super teams and small markets? What would you do?
Me personally, man, I'll probably do a Ponzi scheme and steal all the money and go hide somewhere in Africa.
No, seriously.
No, I wouldn't know. I honestly wouldn't know what to do because I don't have that knowledge. I don't know how to make the NBA have more parity and people want to go play for smaller markets. I don't know what to do.
And honestly, it's not even a small market thing no more. It's just players you never know. Because Kawhi and them went to the Clippers. That's a smaller team to them. The LeBron did the thing with the Cavaliers.
The Clippers are just the Clippers.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
My whole point is Minnesota and Cleveland.
Yeah, you talking about Minnesota? You know, your Clevelands, your OKCs. You know what I'm saying? Your San Antonios.
Yeah, and that's what Bees mentioned earlier. He said, and I agree with him, because if LeBron James never got drafted by Cleveland, which I still think that draft was rigged, but that's another discussion for another day. If LeBron never got drafted by Cleveland, he never even would have set foot in Cleveland outside of Cleveland being his opponent. He never would have. That never would have been a free agent destination.
And that's his hometown.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you might want to change that if LeBron was ever born to Cleveland.
Well, that too.
Some players still want to play for home. We saw D Wade leave Miami, and I thought he was a lifer to get that bad, but also play for Chicago, because he said something he always wanted to do.
Well, Extreme, you are Extreme. You're right to an extent, and J Mac is right too. He said offer your superstar players more incentive to stay. I agree with that, but some superstars are going to say no, because then
what they do is they get the incentives and then they run out of town. Look at people like AD and James Harden. They got their big incentives for 5 years, the supermax contracts, and then they went to another team. So you can still get it, but they're gonna leave as soon as they get that big check.
I'm gonna show y'all how dominant these big market teams is tomorrow in the draft, because I'm gonna draft me a squad and I'm gonna kill all y'all.
A grind hard sports nation. I'm not doubting you. I would say this though. Almost I don't think every single draft has been rigged, but I do believe some years it has been for narrative's sake. And that there's been some years the league has had its hand in the cookie jar when it came to the draft.
Patrick Ewing one is
Patrick Ewing one was rigged. I still believe to this day the LeBron draft was rigged.
The Derrick Rose was rigged too.
I mean, we could go back
Let that one be rigged, man. We had to put the fix in on that one.
I would.
We paid the luxury tax.
I don't think the one with the Spurs with Tim Duncan, I don't think that was rigged. It's just that the Spurs did everything in its power to suck. So I don't think
last year's draft was rigged too.
With Zion.
Yeah, because it gave LA them picks to get AD.
Well, yeah, that too.
They had 2 picks though, so they had a better chance than anybody.
You could argue that the year that the Magic got back to back, the second year that they got another one pick after getting a number 1 pick the previous year, you could possibly say that was rigged too. It's just that the NBA wasn't expecting the Magic to trade Chris Webber for Penny Hardaway. I mean, that really swept the league under the rug. But you can argue there's definitely been some years where the draft has been clean. But I can definitely point to some years to where it was rigged. Rigged.
Facts. Anyway, man, y'all get ready for tomorrow's draft, man. I'm coming with a squad, bro. SB.
You ain't coming with no squad. Ready.
Mac Def's first pick is going to be Courtney Brown from the Cleveland Browns.
I ain't picking nobody from Cleveland. You already know that.
My take on this, man. I mean, if the issue is that the big market teams are having an advantage over the little market teams, I feel like, because I look at it like this. Let's just put yourself in the situation. If you grew up in a small town and as you get into adult or after you graduate from college, a lot of people, they tend to go to these big cities, the Houstons, the LA and stuff like that, because it's more business opportunity. And so I feel like to solve that issue, I think the NBA should give the small market teams more money to be able to give to these superstars. And so, because a lot of these superstars, you say you don't think they're going to do that?
I mean, if they did, I don't think nobody's still going to come out. I don't think the money is the issue no more.
I don't know, because you still got people chasing that bag though at the same time.
You put like 4 all-stars on a team. That would help increase super teams into small markets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say this: you increase the small markets team cap and you decrease the big market team cap, because you're gonna have a lot of players to be able to make up for that money with endorsements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're gonna still get money at the end of the day. But I feel like if you just increase the small market teams, man, it just makes it more desirable to go there.
That's the point.
That's facts. Good shit.
I like that one.
So, man, it just, I don't know. The players like Zion and Ja Morant, like the upcoming players in these small markets, man, it's going to be kind of a struggle. I think just like for us as a Grizzlies fan, I mean, what we do with Zion.
Jesus.
I'm in Memphis, so you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm a fan by default. So, but just with Ja, I mean, I could just even see in the city how a lot of people, they embrace him. Like they look at Ja like he grew up in the city, so he gets major love, and I feel like that's the only way we're gonna be able to keep him. Just show him that love and make him feel like he's at home. Because I mean, to be truthful, I don't see us getting a second big time player. Jaren Jackson and the other guys that we drafted, those are the guys that we're gonna ride with for the next few years. So unless we show them that we can build a winning team around him, I mean that's the only way we're gonna be able to keep him. If not, he's gonna be gone or do the same thing AD did.
Yeah, request a trade.
Yeah, man.
7 years.
In which I don't see him as that type of player to force himself out, but I mean at the same time, you never know. You never know what another player is putting in his ear and telling him what to do or what he should do.
Let's link up.
Zion could be recruiting him.
Yeah. So hopefully he has that mindset like Dame Lillard and wants to build in the city of Memphis. But man, it's gonna be tough. It's tough to be in that position and try to compete with the Kevin Durant's and motherfuckers like them, because they're gonna be able to do whatever. And Kevin Durant, he probably is gonna be taking over the league after LeBron leaves for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, that's if he get healthy, because they might be done at the same time if he don't get healthy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. But I mean, if you look at his game, I don't think his game is, you know what I'm saying, above the rim like that. So he's a shooter. So I feel like shooters like that, they last a longer time versus
No, but he always
Vince
get
Carter or
injuries to his
somebody.
legs though. KD always having something happening to one of his legs and stuff, and he get put out for like a couple of months to almost half a season.
But on one leg, he better than a lot of people though. I can tell you that though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I saw him
that's
do
true.
that stuff in Toronto. Didn't he drop like 10 points in Toronto when he was on that one leg before he left? Or was it like 11 points? He had like 3 baskets.
Hold on, SB. KD on 2 legs ain't better than GOAT Mike.
Nah, you gonna cap her.
Man, GOAT Mike still to play. Man,
GOAT
Mike be running for
Who said my name?
SB.
I said you be running from comp, nigga. That's what I said, nigga.
I'll play against God, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga.
Oh, all right.
I go against God, nigga. Stop playing with me.
All right, panel. Salute.
I go against anybody, nigga. I go against anybody.
Nigga, you scared of Lamont,
Watch your
nigga.
mouth, nigga. I ain't scared of God, nigga. Know that shit. I ain't scared of no fucking body, nigga.
Yeah, you scared of Lamont. Lamont told you he gonna fly you out to play you
I go
one-on-one.
against you and God at the same time, nigga. Watch your mouth, nigga.
Boy, hey,
your ass ain't hooping shit, nigga.
Nigga, you gonna get smoked, nigga.
I go against you and God at the same fucking time, nigga. You don't know me. You don't know
go,
me,
Mike.
nigga.
I told you in the chat. Look, I beat you without dribbling.
Noise. Keep running your mouth, nigga. Nobody care what that trash shit you talking. I go against you and God at the same time.
I beat you without dribbling.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
I need some
And
help. How much you want to bet?
And I bet you don't, nigga. I play you and God at the same time, nigga. I play you and God at the same time. And I put this on the Bible, nigga. What's up?
Mike. I'm gonna be in Dallas this summer so we can set
You
it
can't fuck
up.
with me, Tayshaun Holmes. You can't fuck with me, nigga.
No,
I'll run your ass over, nigga. Real talk.
Go, Mike. You can't fuck with me, man.
I can't fuck with you, my nigga. I can't fuck with you.
You can't go, Mike.
I'll fuck you and God up. So capping ass up, nigga.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. You shoot without jumping. You got that's easy.
Watch them out, buddy.
That's easy, man. You easy work.
I'll dunk on your punk ass, nigga. I'll dunk on your punk ass. What's up, nigga?
You got like a 10-inch vert. You don't even
all
you can't even touch the rim.
You all talk, nigga. All you do is talk, nigga. That's all you do is talk. Keep on talking, trash ass nigga.
Nah, I'm saying like it's different. Like I can back it up though.
Say, nigga. Anybody afraid of your ass, nigga? You can't hoop against me, nigga. You ain't no hooper, nigga. You ain't no hooper. You ain't no hooper, nigga. Cut this capping that shit out.
Go, Mike. So you a hooper?
You ain't got no take hooping or you ain't got no take playing sports at all, nigga. What you talking smack, nigga? Just clapping ass up, nigga.
Go, Mike. You said I don't have no takes in sports at all.
You ain't got no taste on your channel hooping. Cut the capping ass shit out.
Bro, go, Mike.
Capping ass up, nigga.
But you do.
Capping ass up, nigga.
But you do.
You don't got no taste hooping. You don't got no taste hooping. Put your capping ass up, nigga.
Okay. Let's go with that. I don't have no taste in hooping.
You don't got no taste hooping.
How do you know if I know how to hoop or not?
Nigga. I seen your channel, nigga. You got no taste hooping.
I got one video on my channel, but that's what I'm saying though.
Send it to my channel. Let's see if you can hoop. I want to see if you can hoop. Send it to my channel, and I'm gonna dissect the whole fucking game. Send it to me.
Go, Mike. This
Send it to me. No. I don't want to hear the bullshit. Send it to me. I want to see if you can fucking hoop. Send me the fucking video. I'm gonna put it out. Period.
Go, Mike. I send you a clip. I send you like a 30-second clip of me shooting around.
I bet you can't hoop. I bet you can't hoop. I ain't gotta shoot, nigga. I come to the goddamn paint, nigga. I ain't gotta shoot. I come to that basket, nigga.
Go, Mike. I'm an athlete, bro.
I'll fuck your ass up in the paint, nigga. I will fuck your ass up, nigga. I'll break your neck off the fucking basket, nigga. And I put that on God, nigga.
When you want to play? When you want to play?
You a hoe ass nigga, you goddamn hoe.
So now I'm a hoe. Come on, man.
You ain't better than basketball, nigga. You ain't, bro. Bro, you don't want no smoke me on no court, dude. I'm telling you now. You don't want to fuck me on no court, dude.
When do you want to play, Go, Mike?
I'm gonna give you that work. When do you
want to play?
Fight, nigga. I'll make you
fight.
When
do you want to play?
I'll make your ass fight.
What I'm gonna fight you for?
I'll make you fight, nigga. I'll bust your eyes out going to the fucking hole, nigga.
What I'm gonna fight you for?
I'm gonna give you the elbow. If you want to drop to the hole, nigga, I'm gonna elbow the shut your ass, nigga.
When do you want to play? When do you want to play?
You don't want to play me, nigga.
When do you want to play?
You don't want to play me, nigga.
I do want to play you. So when do you want to play?
I'll fuck your ass up.
I poke your eyes over my fucking elbows, nigga. You don't fuck with
Go,
me.
Mike. I want to play you. So when do
Get
you
your
want
whole
to play?
ass up. Stop talking to me, nigga. Stop talking to me.
Oh, you scared? You scared?
I
You
don't fuck
ducking
with
the
hoes.
smoke now?
I don't fuck with hoes, nigga. I
Damn.
don't
Go,
fuck with
Mike,
hoes,
ducking
nigga.
smoke.
I ain't ducking no
Oh,
smoke.
man. That's
I ain't
crazy.
ducking you or anti. I ain't ducking neither one of y'all niggas.
What does anti have to do with this?
Shut your whole ass up, nigga. Trying to act hard and shit, nigga.
I'm not trying to act hard, Go, Mike.
You got
Who's
a 30
acting
second clip.
hard?
You got a 30-second clip hooping, nigga. That ain't shit compared to me, nigga. You ain't shit on the court, nigga. Real talk.
Go, Mike. I play college football. I'm a football player.
I don't
so what do you
I
think
don't
you
give a
gonna
fuck
do?
about that shit, nigga.
So,
I don't give a fuck about that.
So with that alone, shows that I'm gonna be more aggressive than you, bro.
I don't give a fuck what you did, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you did, nigga. You ain't tougher than me, nigga. That's a fact, nigga. And I put that on God, my nigga. Could have capped your ass up, nigga.
Go, Mike. You gotta chill, bro.
I'll break the bone, hoe ass nigga.
No, you won't. No, you won't, Go, Mike.
I bet you I do. I bet you I do.
You don't have one athletic bone in your body, bro.
I bet you I do. I got a crowbar right here, nigga. I got a crowbar right here, nigga. You want to fuck with me on the court?
What does a crowbar? So you gonna bring the crowbar on the court? That's how I know you don't know how to hoop.
Nigga. You ain't tough,
That's
nigga.
how I know. I'm not trying to be tough. How am I trying to act hard? How? Tell me how I'm trying to act hard. I ain't call you out your name.
I'll have your ass jump. Stop playing me.
I ain't been disrespectful.
You the one that's
Stop trying to act hard, hoe ass nigga.
Go, Mike. You gotta chill, bro. He not saying nothing. You gotta chill. You said nigga and cursing too much.
I don't care what you did, nigga. I don't care what you did in the college. I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. I play against God, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
God gonna beat the brakes off your ass.
I don't give a damn what you play, hoe ass nigga. I don't give a damn what you play. I don't back down for no fucking fight, my nigga.
Hey, Go, Mike. You gotta stop.
You gotta chill, bro.
Make me, nigga. Make me, nigga. I ain't stopping shit, nigga. Hoe ass nigga. Come on. You talking about I played in college. Who fuck that shit, nigga? I don't give a fuck about that. I play college ball. Fuck that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, I'm just telling you, bro. Like I ain't like no scrub ass dude. Like, bro, like I know how to hoop, bro.
You a scrub, nigga. I'll tell you to your face, you a scrub, nigga. You a goddamn.
When do you want to play, Go, Mike? Go, Mike. When do you want to play?
You want to play the devil, nigga. I'm the goddamn devil. You don't want to play me.
You not on demon time. Like, stop.
I'm on demon time, nigga.
What are you talking about? You know what?
I ain't the one you want to play, nigga.
Oh my! You just said you know what?
He said he the devil, bro. That's how you know
he the goddamn devil. You don't want to play me, nigga. Real talk.
I want to play you, bro.
You gotta.
I'll break the leg, nigga.
I ain't with all that on the devil stuff. You gotta chill.
I'll break your back, nigga.
Whoa, Paul.
Freak ass nigga. What the fuck?
Paul,
get your freak ass on, man.
I think to the paralyzation room, nigga.
Get your ass back, nigga. Hey, I don't play them games.
You a hoe, take y'all home. You a goddamn hoe, nigga. You trying to act tough. I play college shit. Fuck your college, nigga. Fuck your whole goddamn college, nigga.
But what makes me a hoe, Go, Mike? Like, what did I do to you?
You don't want no smoke in no court, nigga. I'm telling you now. You don't want to mess with me in no court.
Yeah, you already know.
I'm on demon time, nigga. I'm on demon time. You don't want that smoke, dude.
When do you want to play?
Bro, I'm telling you now. SB, I'm trying to warn nigga. He don't want to play me on the court. I'm on demon time, nigga. I'm gonna do some serious damage to your body, dude. I'm gonna fuck your ass up.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Why you just gotta play? You say when you want to play.
I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fuck your ass up.
Nah, I don't want to throw no hands with Go, Mike.
I'm gonna do more than throw hands. I'm gonna do more than throw hands.
What more can you do? What more can you do?
It is gonna be an FYM boxing match. You can just, if that's the case.
I'll put you on the ground, nigga.
He's scared to fight anti, man. Come on, now.
I ain't scared nobody, nigga. I live right next door to anti. I live right next door to anti.
Why you ain't pull up on anti then?
Get your whole ass up trying to act hard, nigga.
I'm not trying to act. You the one trying to act hard. I'm not acting hard at all.
Trash ass Grizzlies, nigga. Yo, trash ass Grizzlies, nigga. Yo, Grizzlies is trash.
That's fine.
Nigga.
Look, you see what Hitman next said? Go, Mike. You gotta chill. You have to
trash
chill.
Ass, nigga. Trying to act hard.
Keep it basketball, man.
How I'm trying to act hard though, bro?
You ain't shit on the court, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what college you played in, nigga. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Fuck the whole goddamn college, nigga. Real talk.
Go.
Fuck the whole goddamn college, nigga. Fuck that shit.
Go, Mike.
You have to chill.
You are trash at basketball. Like, you is some shit. Oh, my mama, you is some shit. Oh, God, bro, you so fucking trash, bro. My little brother can beat you, bro. My mama can beat you, nigga.
I beat his ass too. What's up?
You trash as hell. Oh God, you trash. I wasn't even trying to play you. I just trying to see your next one-on-one so I can view your channel. I'm trying to make your views go up. That's all.
He said he's a supporter of your channel.
Yeah. I watch your one-on-one games. That shit entertaining.
That's how you talk to your supporters, bro.
Face Holmes, you a hoe, nigga.
I'll be that.
You ain't shit on the court, nigga. I'm on demon time. You don't want to mess with the court. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna injure your ass. I put that on God out here, nigga. I got the Bible right here, nigga.
Why y'all never turn your camera on?
I'm gonna show you. I'm about to show you my ass ain't capping.
Oh my!
I put on the Bible, nigga. I'll fuck your ass up. I put on the Bible. I will fuck your ass up. On the Bible, I will fuck your ass up. Your ass, nigga.
Hey, go, Mike. Hey, man, this ain't what you want, bro.
Nigga, how you a hoe, nigga? All you do is try to act hard, nigga.
How am I trying to act hard? I'm not trying to act hard at all.
Nigga, you ain't a hooper, nigga.
Hey.
You can't shoot or dribble, nigga.
How do you know that if you never see me play?
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you right now.
What you gonna tell me?
If you play against me, I guarantee you, your ass will be paralyzed. You will be paralyzed. And I put that on God, my nigga.
SB, you see he ain't guarantee a win. You see he ain't do that. He guarantee to hurt me. But he know he gonna lose.
I'm gonna send you home crying to your mama, nigga. I'm gonna send you home crying to your mama. I'm gonna send you home crying.
Man, y'all ain't just get go, Mike. Y'all ain't just get go, Mike.
Hey, go, Mike.
You ain't about shit, nigga.
Mike just came out the blue nowhere, bro.
I ain't in front of your ass, nigga.
This is lost. They go Hitman finna calm him down, man. Hitman.
Yeah, chill out, go, Mike. You gotta chill out, bro. You doing too much right now.
It's like once Lee said that Kevin Durant without 2 legs can beat
cool.
Go.
Play him one-on-one, bro. Keep it basketball, homie. You doing too much, bro.
I'ma fuck that nigga up talking that bullshit.
Why, bro?
This a home trying to act hard. This nigga ain't hard shit, nigga. He don't want no smoke.
He ain't coming at you like that, though,
He
bro.
don't want no smoke. I'm gonna give him all elbows. I'm gonna give him all elbows, straight up.
That's fine.
Bro, Mike, you on YouTube, bro.
I'm gonna give him the Carmelo elbow. I'm gonna give him the Carmelo Charles Oakley elbow, nigga.
Tell him again, here, man.
All right, now you talking basketball. That's what we needed. But you talking about killing the dude and shit like that. We on YouTube, bro.
We gotta talk.
This ain't the place to do that, G, bro.
Taysom ain't no hooper, nigga. Taysom ain't no hooper.
Bro.
Taysom ain't no hooper, nigga. Taysom ain't no hooper, nigga. Taysom ain't tough either. Taysom ain't tough. I know that for a fact. I don't care what college you played in. I don't care what college you played in. I don't care what college you played in. Fuck your whole college, nigga. Fuck the whole college, nigga.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Why every time somebody really want to challenge you, you want to try to get angry and act like you want to fight them or try to
act hard, nigga. They trying to act hard, nigga. It ain't gonna be no basketball, nigga. It ain't gonna be basketball, nigga.
Go, Mike. It's
he
not
wasn't
that
acting
serious.
hard, nigga. Go, Mike.
Taysom ain't no hooper,
bro.
nigga. Taysom ain't no hooper, nigga. He ain't no hooper. Trying to act like he a hooper, nigga. Stop it.
Prove it. Play him one-on-one, bro. Stop coming with all these caveats and all
that
these
old that nigga trash. I already beat you one-on-one. So shut your capping ass up.
Yeah, you beat me, but all right, then cool. But he said he want to play you, so stop deflecting.
I bust your ass hit 3.
No, stop deflecting and play him, bro. He said he want to play you.
Hitman. I said it, Hitman.
See, go, Mike. That's why I don't waste my time with you, bro.
I'll beat Ticket TV 2. I'll beat Ticket TV one-on-one too. That's a fact.
Go, Mike.
See what I mean?
But you gotta do it.
I ain't afraid of God, my nigga. I ain't afraid of God, man.
You're chilling.
Look, go, Mike. If you want to do this type of time, do this on your channel, bro. This ain't the channel to be doing all that shit on, bro. Like it's funny at times, but you going too far right now, bro.
You gotta
respect SB channel, bro. No, you gotta respect. But at the end of the day, you gotta be.
He should have taken him out close.
Respect
I was
SB channel,
quiet.
bro.
Hold on. Him and X. I was quiet until that man brought my name up. Was I not? Yes or no?
Yeah, but he was talking about basketball.
No. Hold on. Come out. Was I not quiet for damn near 2 hours before he said my fucking name?
No. First of all, I didn't say your name.
Keep my name out your mouth.
That was Lee.
Lee said your name.
That was Lee. Like when Lee said that Kevin Durant without 2 legs.
Keep my name out your mouth, nigga. Keep my name out your mouth. Y'all started this shit. I was quiet for damn near 2 hours.
No, Mike. Lee said that.
Go ass niggas.
Oh my, bro, it ain't that serious, bro. You talking about you on demon time and shit like that. I can't
say nothing about you.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck my anti.
Yeah,
Mike, it's not
I go anti.
Hey, Go Mike. I don't know if you know this. Hey, hold on, Go Mike. I don't know if you know
Let me
this.
ask you a question, SB. Let me ask you a question, SB.
Hold on, wait, Go
Let me
Mike.
ask
I'm
you a
cool
question,
with you
SB.
talking smack, but do it respectfully. Do it respectfully.
Let me.
Cool with
Okay.
you
Okay.
doing it, do it
Look.
respectfully.
Okay. I'm gonna do it respectfully. Let me ask you, SB. Was I not quiet? Was I not quiet for damn near 2 hours before they said my name? Yes or no?
Yeah, you was.
So hold on. Stop right there. Y'all brought this on yourselves. Y'all brought this on yourself. When y'all brought my name up, you brought it on yourself. I was not saying nothing. I was flat quiet. Was I not quiet?
Go, Mike,
Yes or
why'd
no?
you pull out the BB
Y'all
gun,
brought it
bro?
on yourself.
Go, Mike,
Keep my
why'd
name
you
out
pull
your
out the
mouth.
BB gun?
Keep my
Hey,
name
why you
out your
pull out
mouth.
the 22 though, bro?
Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. If you don't want me to come
Bro,
out of pocket, don't say my
that was
fucking name.
Lee. That was
Period.
come on, man.
Close the
That was
casket.
Lee who said that Kevin Durant could beat you
Stop
without
saying
two
my
legs.
name, nigga. Stop saying my name.
Go, Mike, stop
If you
being
don't,
sensitive, bro.
Yo,
stop saying my
nobody
name.
called for
Stop.
you.
Stop putting this in
Go,
your mouth.
Mike, you being sensitive right now, bro.
Didn't say nothing about you. You on?
Hey y'all,
Yeah, bro.
this
Y'all
just
missed my name. Payson Home brought it on himself. Payson Home, you brought it on yourself.
Hey, Go,
Payson
Mike, leave
Home,
your number in
you
the
brought it on
private chat,
yourself.
homie.
You brought it on
Go,
yourself,
Mike,
Payson Home.
Go,
You brought
Mike,
it on
Go, Mike,
yourself.
Go, Mike, leave your number in the private chat. Leave your number in the private chat, homie.
He brought it on himself.
No. Leave your number in the private chat. I gotta holler
Don't
at
say
you,
my
bro.
name, Payson Home. I don't
All
respect
right,
your
Go,
ass.
Mike.
That's all I don't respect your ass,
That shit
nigga.
dead. All right, Go, Mike. That shit dead. But leave your number in the private chat, homie. I gotta holler at you.
Y'all trying to act like I'm soft. I ain't no soft ass dude.
Bro, just leave your number in the private chat, bro.
Who called you soft?
Nobody
Who brought
called
it
you
on yourself?
soft,
You
bro.
trying to act like I'm soft and I ain't soft. And that's for
called
damn
you
soft.
soft? When did I call you soft,
basically
Go
saying
Mike?
when you call somebody trash, you call them soft, and I ain't respecting
No,
that
you
shit.
not, Go, Mike.
Whenever
No,
you come
the hell
down
you
here,
not.
I'm gonna show you who's soft and who ain't. I don't
When
respect
did I
that
say?
When you
shit.
call me
You
trash,
ain't gonna
Go,
call me
Mike. Go,
trash.
Mike. When you call
You're
me
not gonna
trash,
call
you
me.
call me
Okay,
soft.
what did I tell you?
Go, Mike. When you calling
You're
me
not
soft,
gonna
when you
call me
call me trash.
trash.
Go, Mike.
You're not
When
gonna
you
call me
call me
trash.
trash, when you calling me
I
soft.
backed it up though.
Answer the
I
question.
backed it up though. I backed it up.
So you saying I'm soft? You saying I'm soft? Cause I can
I
act like
backed it up though.
you. I can act
I
like
backed
you
it
and
up.
try to pull up
I
on you
backed
and
it up
act
though.
like I want to.
I backed it
I
up
can send
though.
idle
I
threats
backed
like
it
you
up.
do though.
I
I
backed
can
it up
send idle. I can send
24/7,
idle
nigga.
threats like you though.
I already
He
backed it
trying
up,
to back
nigga.
it up.
I
He
already
trying to
backed
back
it
it
up.
up.
I
He
already
trying to play
backed
you
it
on the
up, nigga.
court.
Hey yo,
I'm trying
Anti
to
Trying to
back
said
back
it
it
that
up,
you
up.
nigga.
charming. Hey yo, Go Mike. Anti said that you charming.
They said
Now you gonna
Sharman.
pull up on
Like
that
the
time?
fish.
Why you quiet,
You gonna pull up on that time?
Y'all niggas gotta start talking trash,
Answer the
dude.
question.
Y'all brought it on
What you gotta
yourself.
say?
Payson Holmes brought it on himself, bro. He brought it
Go,
on
Mike.
Hey
Just
himself.
chill,
y'all.
He
bro.
said
He
you
did.
charming.
Just chill out, bro.
He brought it on yourself, nigga.
Basically, what Go Mike is doing, he's showing that he's insecure when it comes to
You
basketball.
brought it on yourself, dude.
Nah,
I
that
just
nigga
asked him to
insecure
put
with
it.
his life, period, dog.
You brought it on yourself.
That boy is charming. He ain't soft, he's charming, you heard me?
He's charming.
That boy is charming,
Y'all
dog.
just some trash ass
That
talkers,
boy is
nigga.
charming,
Here we
and
go,
he
Anti.
charming and he gay on top of you, heard me?
Oh,
Ain't
I've
nobody
been
worried about what
telling
y'all
y'all that
saying.
for the
I'm trying
longest,
to tell you
bro.
to chill
Ain't
out,
nobody
bro.
worried about what y'all
That
saying.
boy a booty bandit, dog. That boy a
I'm telling
booty
you to
bandit.
chill.
I'm
You
telling y'all, man.
this,
That's
bro.
why he
I
so
like
mad.
him. I want
Nobody
him.
care what y'all saying.
He
I
can't
like
live
Nobody
his
care
him.
about
truth.
that.
That's why he
Nobody
mad,
care
dog.
about that. You
This
acting
guy
hard.
tripping,
Nobody
bro.
care about what y'all
Hold on,
saying,
bro,
dude.
Mike.
That man can't live his truth.
Let it
That's
go.
why
Nobody
he
care.
mad, dog.
Nobody care what you saying, dude.
I'm telling
Nobody
you,
care what you
bro.
saying, dude. Who are you?
I ain't
Who are
never seen a
you?
nigga try to act
Who are
gangster
you,
as much
nigga?
as him, dog. That
You
boy a
Jesus,
punk.
nigga?
He
Who are you,
a
God,
punk
nigga?
under pressure, bro.
Who are
He
you,
a
God,
punk
nigga?
under pressure, dog.
Who are you, God, nigga?
He a
Who are you,
punk
God,
under
nigga?
pressure. I'm
Who
telling
care what you
y'all.
say? Who care what y'all say? Y'all
He
ain't
a
God,
punk
nigga.
under pressure.
Fuck y'all saying.
He
Y'all ain't
mad because
God,
he
nigga.
can't
Fuck
live
y'all
his
saying.
truth, dog. I'm telling
Keep on
y'all.
talking. Keep on talking. Anybody care about that shit? You
He
ain't
mad
God,
because he
nigga.
can't
Give a
live his
fuck.
truth, dog. I'm telling y'all.
Nobody care what you saying, nigga.
That boy a whole faggot.
Saying?
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That boy a whole faggot, dog.
All talk, nigga. Don't care about that. Blah, 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 blah.
That nigga a whole faggot out here, dog.
Man, you just talking, nigga. You just all talk,
SB,
nigga.
I'll let you, homie, man.
You
I'm
internet gangster, nigga.
I'm finna shut it
You
down.
internet gangster, nigga.
That boy, hold, dog.
Man,
That boy remix that hoe.
That
boy, you heard me?
Niggas get this man started. Come on.
I hear a whole bunch of talking. I ain't worried about that.
Hold up, y'all. The only nigga that act like that is nigga that's in the closet. They can't come out. He closeted, bro. That's why he mad.
He closeted, bro. I'm laughing at y'all niggas. I'm laughing at you niggas right now. I'm laughing at all you niggas right now.
Go Mike.
I'm laughing at y'all niggas.
Go Mike.
You a punk under pressure. I know it, you heard?
I'm laughing at you,
I know a punk when I see one.
Go Mike.
I'm laughing at you, Anton. I'm laughing at you, Anton. I'm laughing at
I
you.
know a punk when I see one, you heard?
Hey, go Mike.
I know a punk when I see one, dog.
Go Mike.
What's up, Lee? What's up, Lee?
Go Mike. Hey, you need to go on timeout, man. After
I know, I'm telling y'all, I know a punk when I see one, dog.
Hold on. Go Mike. Did you really say you play God 1-on-1? I heard you.
Yeah, he did.
I said I will play God 1-on-1. I'm on demon time. Y'all wanna miss me on the court, dude. Y'all don't mess with me on the court, dude. Demon time. I'm on demon time. Y'all don't mess with me on the court, dude. That's a fact.
Boy, you trash.
Mike,
you trash. We on channel, nigga. You got no channel at all, Anton. You got no channel at all, nigga. You got no channel. You got no channel.
What my channel got to do with this?
Keep talking. You got no channel.
You got a channel, but you ain't got no money.
You got no channel, no video.
You got a channel, but ain't got no money.
What you talking? Keep on talking. You try. You got no
channel. You ain't got no money.
Blah, blah, blah. Nobody care what you saying.
I know what your gay ass.
You don't hoop. You don't hoop, nigga. You don't hoop at all, nigga.
I hoop against you.
All you do is cook. I hoop against you. Trash ass steak, nigga.
Trash ass nigga.
Come on. Ain't nobody worry about you, nigga. Ain't nobody worry about you.
You under pressure. Stop being mad all the time, dog.
That shit ain't even fun what you saying.
That nigga with the Lufthansa got bent over, dog. That what happened.
Chill, I had to move. Go Mike. You gotta chill, bro. I'm cool with you talking smack, but do it respectfully, bro.
Man, SB, man. Hey, I don't know why you be letting that clown on your channel, dog.
Yeah, man. You gotta chill.
See that, SB? You see the SB?
Nigga, a clown.
He called me a clown.
You is a clown.
You see that?
Your girl more of a man than you, nigga. Fuck
my face. I ain't worried about it. Y'all internet gangsters, man. That's all this shit is. Internet gangster talk. That's all this shit is, bro.
Your girl more of a gangster than you, nigga. Fuck out of here.
That wasn't even funny, nigga.
I ain't trying to be funny. That's facts.
You an internet gangster, man.
That's facts.
Internet gangster.
I done gave you my address how many times?
You a fake tough guy. You a fake tough guy.
How many times I done gave you my address?
You a fake ass tough guy.
Yeah, I know. How many times I gave you my address?
All y'all on here internet gangsters,
How many times I gave you my address? Go, Mike.
This internet talk. This internet talk.
Yeah, I know.
Who care about that?
How many times I gave you my address?
This internet talk.
Yeah, I know.
This internet talk.
Yeah, I know. Internet my ass.
This internet talk. You can't even cook, man. You can't even cook, nigga.
I'll pull up on your bitch ass. You know what's happening with me, bitch.
You can't even cook. You can't even cook. Stop it, bro. Stop.
You know what's happening with me, bitch.
You can't even cook.
All that.
You can curse all you want, nigga. Nobody care about that. Nobody care about that.
With me.
Nobody care about that. Nobody care about that. Keep on talking. You ain't heard me. I ain't Paul George, my nigga. I ain't Paul George. I ain't Paul George.
You heard me.
I ain't Paul George. You keep on talking that. Nobody care about that. Keep on talking. I'm gonna keep getting bucket. I'm gonna keep getting bucket.
I told y'all that boy a whole punk under pressure, dog. I'm telling you.
And I ain't even talking trash.
Chill out.
You're no
punk under pressure, dog.
You like Patrick Beverly, man. You like
Go, Mike. When you trying to play?
Working, I don't take the day off. I know my hard work gon' pay off. Please do not act like you know me when you see me in the playoffs. I try to be cordial with everybody. I don't make problems with nobody. I was trying to mind my business, but they made me hit the kill switch. Binocular flow, you can see it close. I turn in a scar if you need a rope. A nigga Mufasa, I symbolize. Akuna Matata, I almost died. Play your position and stay alive. I made it far, but I'll never change. I clean my image and got a name, but I kept ties with the other side. We do not seek if you run and hide. We just gon' wait till you come outside. Fuck around, probably just run inside. You better pray we don't come inside with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Woo! This is my initiation. Yeah, no invitation. Kill you with no hesitation. Yeah. This is my initiation. Leave you in cold blood. Now you could really be froze up. I don't spend my money on lesser things. I can't afford a wedding ring. Don't play with my life, it mean everything. I made it through strife, I was second string. Now I be coaching the whole team, and I got a really big ring. I got a question. Which way of you ladies gon' keep it thorough? Come to my crib with the least apparel. So I'm naked, but you leave Chanel. Just keep it real. You know a nigga impatient. I'ma take you down, no debating. Just let me come to your crib with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. It's my initiation. Woo, no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. Kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. This is my initiation.
Like, subscribe.